Yes, we are live over here. Hello, guys, welcome back to another episode with FC Ramsay, and here we are live for the Champions League matches. But what is that going on? Just look at that. It is Barcelona who are giving it big against Benfica. They are really doing that. But in this team, we are more concerned over the games between Liverpool and Paris Saint-Germain, as well as the likes of Leverkusen versus Bayern. Both of them, Liverpool at home of Anfield with those 60,000 fans roaring high. You will never walk alone. Will that make it big? Is the question which we are having, as well as Leverkusen at BayArena. Will they come up with that 3-goal recovery? Because first, to talk about Liverpool and Paris Saint-Germain, just look at that. Just look at that. This is the lineup which we are most wanting. Liverpool with this Arne Slot getting those undefeated stints. And yes, in the previous leg, the first leg which Liverpool traveled to Park des Princes, it was those 1-0 goal which they are leading on an aggregate. But in this UEFA Champions League, the away goals are not going to count anymore. So it is all the goals which are going to matter. Can Paris Saint-Germain under the likes of Luis Enrique make that happen? Liverpool with these lineups, the Reds, you can give your votes on the chat section as well. The poll has been pinned that it is going to be the Reds who are going to get those wins. Is it the Les Parisians PSG? They are going to get that, or it is the likes of FC Hollywood Bayern. Will they make it? Or it is the likes of Leverkusen going to make that. The poll section has been pinned on the chat. You can give your votes on that poll. But to talk about Liverpool, I mean, there has been a sort of contradiction because Mohamed Salah and Trent Arnold, there has been a bust up between these two. I mean, it was the reporters who just have those 15 minutes of those captured moments where Mo Salah and the likes of Alexander Arnold, both of them has got those exchange of words. I mean, Alexander Arnold wasn't that happy, but Mo Salah was maintaining that smile on his face. There was some sort of physical confrontation between these two teammates, Mohamed Salah and Trent Alexander-Arnold. Both of them, are they going to stay at Liverpool after this season? Because Arnold is being linked with the likes of Los Blancos as well as Mohamed Salah. He has been not given those contract extensions still for. So Arne Slot having these two men having some sort of confrontation between them in those training sessions, which has been caught. Is that going to hamper this game? Because it is also Arne Slot who has said that he is digging big at Arsenal and Manchester City ahead of this PSG decider. Oh my God. But with this lineup, are Liverpool going to make it? Because it is Luis Diaz who has got that. And in to talk about the previous fixture where PSG faced Liverpool, it was the likes of goals from Elliot, the man who got that big. Liverpool are on that scrutiny level again. They are being scrutinized time and again. But is that going to happen? Is that going to happen with this lineup? Because Jota on the forwards, Nunes is not being picked. Will he be making those transfers? Joseph Sly, the man on the attacking mid pitch, McAllister, Gravenberg, Robertson, Van Dijk, and Konate, Alexander Arnold on the right backs, but no Tasamikas for Arne Slot in the Champions League. Though he will be making those on the substitutions, maybe he was seen in the previous leg, but on the options of the substitutions with the goalkeeper Allison, it is Gallagher and Jaros, the two men available for Slot, Quanshaw, Tasamikas, Jones, Elliott, James, but no presence of Wataru Indo as well. I mean, that transfer which Wataru Indo got not being picked up. He has not been picked up for most of the times by Arne Slot this season. But Liverpool are doing it good. The Reds are doing it good. And at the Anfield, the It is all jam-packed. The fans are roaring over here with the availability of Gakpo and Nunes as well as Federico Chiesa. Chiesa has been bought for those 30-35 million transfers, but those characters from Chiesa, most of the times he has been in those injuries. It is also now that options. And yes, those of you who are viewing this, give your votes on the chat section who are going to get those wins, as well as you can get those sticky picky links available on our social media platforms. But Connor Bradley is on an injury. Gomez, he is already most of, late April is that. Morton is the man also having those injuries. Liverpool against PSG, the previous leg where Liverpool were facing at Parc des Princes, it wasn't that expected game which was going to happen. But is that going to happen at the Anfield or not? Because the lineups for PSG over here, look at that. Luis Enrique has got everything. Kvaratskhelia is the man, the new transfer of the season. Previous leg he was having so many shots but not getting those clinical moments. It was Alisson who was the man, but Liverpool in their previous fixtures in the Premier League, it was Alisson who has confessed that he could have made those opportunities count. No denying the fact he has confessed. Alisson has made those confessions good, because in the game against Southampton they somehow managed to get it, but the previous lead which Southampton was having, and that too was at the Anfield. It was the mass presence of more than 60,000 fans at Anfield where Southampton got that first goal. But apart from that, it was the likes of Liverpool with two penalties, Mo Salah getting it and Nunes getting it. It has been also on the news, the rumors that Liverpool is getting those penalty moments as well. Is that going to be the cause? Because over here it is the referee Esteban Kovacs, the man. He will be getting those moments. He will be the referee on the pitch for this second leg. Liverpool on that one goal aggregate lead. PSG with the likes of Dembele, Bakola, Kvaratskhelia is there. João Neves, Vitina, Ruiz in the mid-pitch. Hakimi is the man. He will be contributing to that or not. Marquinhos and Pacho, the man. They have got Mendes on the left back. So Donnarumma is their goalkeeper. But the previous leg where that goal was scored, Donnarumma could have got a save of that, but he couldn't. It was Luis Enrique who just couldn't get the character of the man good in the first leg to happen. But for the substitutions, it is Arnaud Tenas, Stefanov, Beraldo. Lucas Hernandez is the man who is back from those injury stints. He is available for these substitutions, but not picked in the first lineup because he is just back from the injuries. Luis Enrique not giving Hernandez those moments. Kimpembe is also the options for the defensive. But in the mid-pitch, it is Sani Mayulu, Zaire Emery, the two options, and in those attacks, Gonzalo Ramos not being given those striking forward options. Mbaye, Kangin Lee, Desire Doué. These are the four options Luis Enrique has got, but no injuries for Luis Enrique for PSG in this game to be happening. What is that going to be? Give your votes on the chat section, those of you who are viewing this, that who is going to get those big wins. Who are going to get those big wins? Just let me put those links on the chat section as well. Yes, it is. Yes, those links has been put on that group, and the social media links are there. You can join those and get those cheeky picky links. It is available. But now to talk about for the lineups for Bayern, look at that. Look at that. It is Bayern and Leverkusen who are going to make that happen. Is that going to be good? Because Bayern with that 3-goal lead, Leverkusen on an aggregate trailing by 3 goals, but it is the likes of Florian Wirtz who is going to miss this game. Leverkusen's clash with Bayern, but Xabi Alonso, will he give that hope? Will he is having that hope of a comeback in this game? With the lineups, Grimaldo, Patrick Schick in the previous leg wasn't picked. But now he is in the starting lineups. Frimpong, Palacios, the man, Garcia, Granit Xhaka and Palacios on the mid pitch. They will try to cause those disruptions for Munich to happen because they are the man who has been causing it. And in the previous watch along, we have been saying that as well. Hincap, Hermoso, and Ta, no Tapsoba for the centre back options. And Arthur is the man on the right backs because it is the suspension of Mukeli who got those red cards. Nordi Mukeli is on a suspension, not available for the substitutions as well as not in the starting lineups. Xabi Alonso going for Arthur on the right backs. That is what Leverkusen is making, but in their goalkeeping positions, it is not Matic Kovar because Hideki was the man who was having some sort of injuries in the previous leg, but he was in the squad for the substitutions. But Xabi Alonso giving him those times and not picking him, it was Matic Kovar who was on the goalkeeping aspect to be talking about. But in this, it is Hideki who has been picked. So Xabi Alonso, will he make those 3 goals come back without the presence of Florian Wirtz, with no availability of Mukele? Beloshan, the man, is also not available. I mean, this season he is out. Terrier is also out. I mean, Terrier, Beloshan out for those injuries. Mukele suspension. Florian Wirtz not available with those injuries. But the options they have got on the defensive aspects, it is Tapsoba, who was called in the previous leg for the substitutions, but the tackles which he made to Harry Kane inside the box, Tapsoba was on an injury as well, but in the substitutions he was made to come in the first leg, but he gave those penalties for Harry Kane inside the box, those challenges being made. What is that going to happen? Because it is Adley, Buendia, Hoffman, Nathan Taylor, Andrick, so much of the midfield options which Xabi Alonso has got. I mean, in the substitutions in the second leg, Victor Boniface is also the man available for the substitutions, but Xabi Alonso has not been seen making the substitutions of Boniface this season most of the times. Victor Boniface, is he going to get those transfers out of Leverkusen? Is that talk finally confirmed? Because Boniface is not seen, I mean, this new year, most of the matches for Xabi Alonso, Victor Boniface is the man where Xabi Alonso is not giving those press. While Leverkusen with those 3 goals deficit at the BayArena, will they make it? Will they make that happen? Will they make it happen and force Bayern to go for those penalties? Will that be the option? Because to talk about the lineups of Bayern, it is again something which Vincent Kompany has. I mean, in the previous fixture in the Bundesliga, he made those new teams face, but that was something Vincent Kompany did it, and fans have really praised that Vincent Kompany going with those new squads against the likes of Bochum, but that was a defeat in the Bundesliga. It was the same day where Bayern got those defeats under Bochum. It was Leverkusen who got those defeats under Werder Bremen, as well as Dortmund got those losses. I mean, 3 of the big teams in the Bundesliga getting those defeats in the same day. It has happened after such a long time. It has really happened after such a long time. But Bayern with this, Vincent Kompany now again sticking back to his old preferred lineup, which he is talking much this season. Olise on the right wings, Harry Kane, Coman on the left wings, Kane the striker available for Vincent Kompany. But in the previous fixture, Thomas Muller was the man who was given those striking opportunities. No Leroy Sané, no Gnabry in the starting lineups. It is Musiala on the attacking mid-pitch. Kimmich and Goretzka, the man on the mid-pitch. He is sticking to, I mean, Goretzka with this. I mean, he has been sticking with the team for the past 4 to 5 years, playing those midfield opportunities. But again, on the centre backs, it is the likes of Upamecano and Kim Min-jae, the 2 options. Upamecano is back from those injuries. Kim Min-jae is staying there. Eric Dye is the option which Vincent Kompany has got. Conrad Lammer is that right back options. Alphonso Davies on the left backs. But to talk about that, it is that young kid Jonas Ubig, number 40, because Manuel Neuer is the man who has got those injuries. I mean, in the previous leg where he was making those celebrations on the sidelines, he has got those muscle injuries, not available, as well as Pavlovic from the mid pitch is not available. He is down with some viral fevers, as well as the centre back options of Tarek Buchman is also not available. But Jonas Ubik is the man. Will he make those saves good enough? Because in the previous leg, he hasn't conceded in the Champions League, but in the Bundesliga, he conceded 3 goals. Were those his faults which caused Bayern to get those 3 goals? Or Bayern were a bit reluctant? Because to talk about that defeat in the Bundesliga, Vincent Company in the second half, the substitutions made were also not that clinical to be happening, because they have got those 2 goals. But at the end, Jonas Ubik conceded thrice, but he has made some brilliant saves also. The balance for Jonas Ubik is seen on both the sides. But will this second leg at the BayArena, Jonas Ubik, the man, will make his presence feel so good? Is that going to happen or not? It is a big question which is going to be talked. This was the lineup which we were having, and over here, just look at that. Just look at that. Is it that which is going to happen? Because in the Champions League, the things which are going to cause those big upsets will make it happen or not is the biggest thing which we will be watching. And apart from this, if we go straight into that, how are things going to change? How are things going to change over here? I mean, the timeline for Bayern and Leverkusen following their 3-0 victory in the first leg, Bayern could register multiple wins of Leverkusen in the same campaign for the first time since 2020-21. Two under Hansi Flick, that was the last time which Bayern has got those wins, and Bayern finally caused those upsets to Leverkusen. Big time. No denying the fact it was the big time which they have got, and 40% of the votes are going for Bayern. Extra time, it is also going 26%. Leverkusen with those 34% probability winning at. Oh my God! With a 3-goal lead, will Bayern succumb or will they make it to happen? But for the likes of Arne Slot in this game, is it also the man who is going to cause those, because he has already caused those things? But the worries of Alexander Arnold and Mo Salah in those training sessions is the big thing which is going to happen. And on the other hand, Barcelona against Benfica, that is a 3-win Hansi Flick's man has got on an aggregate 4-1 in the previous leg. Barcelona got those 1 goal against Benfica, and now they have got those 3 on an aggregate. Benfica has been eliminated. Oh my God. Benfica has been eliminated, and it is Bruno Lage getting those exits. It is the underdogs who are getting those upsets in the round of 16, and Hansi Flick made this game look so good. I mean, the stats have been really much because it was all the way. Just look at this. It is Barcelona who has got those 20 shots, 65% possession, 646 passes. Oh my God. Barcelona has got that big. But it is Benfica only. They have managed to get a goal from Otamendi in both the legs. The injuries were also that final warning for Benfica, because they were also having some sort of big injury concerns in this game. But finally, Barcelona has made it. It is those moments, Barcelona with this win. If Dortmund and Lille is that going to be, according to our predictions, the likes of Dortmund making it will be the likes of Barcelona and Dortmund in the quarterfinals. So Dortmund will also they be able to make it. That will be a deciding factor to see Barcelona. How are they going to make it? It is also the likes of Inter and Feyenoord, but it is also a 2-0 aggregate which Inter has got, and Simone Inzaghi's man will definitely try to make it big happen against the likes of Robin van Persie, Feyenoord, will they make it? Feyenoord has been causing those upsets in the Champions League for the big dogs of football, but against Simone Inzaghi, Robin van Persie, the new manager come coach of Feyenoord, will he make that happen? It is also the big questions because the likes of Inter Milan has got the injuries of Carboni. Dimarco is the man, they have got those injuries. Darmian, Zalewski as well as Zelinski, the options. But to talk about Robin van Persie's Feyenoord, a big list of injuries. It is the likes of Lotomba, Nico, Below, Stengs, and Naje, Wang, Timbers, Zerouki, Osman is on a suspension, Paxo is also those injuries which has got. Feyenoord has got a big list of injuries for them, and are they going to cause those upsets or not? That will also be the watch for us to have. But the games which we'll be watching is the likes of PSG and Liverpool going on one against each other, and also the likes of Liverpool and PSG. Will they make that big to happen this time? Will PSG cause those upsets to Liverpool, or it is the likes of Bayern Leverkusen going to cause those upsets? We will be having the watch of that. And yes, those of you who are watching this stream, give your votes on the chat section that who is going to get those wins. Give your votes on those polls. We will make that watch. Still, it is 11 minutes to go on that. Still 11 minutes to go on this. Will that be the big thing which is going to happen? Will that be the big thing which is going to happen? Can PSG cause those upsets to Liverpool? Can Leverkusen cause those upsets to Bayern? With that 3-goal lead, is it the thing which is going to happen? Just look at the lineups, guys. Just look at the lineups of this. It is really going to be a big one. With those injuries, will that be the option which Bayern has got? I mean, to talk about the lineups of Leverkusen at their home again, we had a detailed discussion of this just few moments ago, and if you are new to this stream, then just drag away those moments and get those detailed discussion of the lineups. But Leverkusen with this lineup, the unavailability of Florian Wirtz, missing this. It is the likes of Terrier also on those injuries. Michele is the man on a suspension. Belosian is the man who is also injured. Is that going to cause those upsets? Because Victor Boniface is also that man who has been getting those big goals this season. But starting from this new year, Boniface is not seen in the starting lineups as well as not in the substitutions. Is Victor Boniface the man who is going to get those exits this season? Is it the likes of Victor Boniface who is going to get those exits? Is it that going to happen? That will be a big warning. Xabi Alonso not picking up Victor Boniface most of the times. Victor Boniface is not being picked up. I mean, of the 14 matches which he played this season, most of the matches he has played in the first half of the season. But in the second half, after those car crash injuries which he got, he hasn't been seen most of the times making those appearances for Leverkusen. But out of those 14 games which he played in the Bundesliga, he has got 7 goals. All in all, Victor Boniface with 54 games at Leverkusen for the past 2 years, 31 goals he has got. He is the man who has been talking big. But Xabi Alonso not picking up Victor Boniface for most of the times. Is it that going to happen? Because it is also the likes of Florian Wirtz not available for those substitutions in this leg as well. But to talk about the likes of Bayern, again, it is the likes of Leroy Sané, who is already on a yellow card. Goretzka is also already on a yellow card. The second yellow card which they will get, they will have to miss the next quarterfinal games which they are going to face. Most probably that will be the likes of Inter, which they are going to get it if Feyenoord are not going to cause any sort of upset for Inter Milan. So Vincent Company, Xavi Alonso, both have them in their previous fixtures in the Bundesliga has got those upsets, but it is the likes of Liverpool and PSG. PSG are getting those 23 games unbeaten streak across all competitions, but Arne Slot will this time in the previous leg where there was some sort of disasters for Liverpool happening. It was Alisson, the man who was making those saves. But to talk about Liverpool with those attacks in the previous leg, they were not making. The Park. At Park des Princes, Liverpool were not getting those attacking movements to be happening under Arne Slot, but PSG with the likes of Kvaratskhelia, Dembele, Barcola. They were not making those clinical shots to be happening. They were missing it like anything. Allison really made those saves. If you count about it, there were definitely one or two saves which Allison really made it big. But Allison wasn't doing that big of a job, I would consider, in that game. It was definitely the saves which were counting for Allison at the end. He managed to get those clean sheets as well, but I would rather say it was the men, or it were the men of Luis Enrique who were not getting those clinical shots. They were not making it happen like a Champions League. They were making it play like some sort of their league game which they were playing. Esteban Coax is the man who is the referee for Liverpool and Paris Saint-Germain. But Liverpool, to talk about them again, Wataru Indo, Nunes, Chiesa not being seen. Cody Gakpo is back from those injuries in the lineups. He will be seen, but not in the starting lineups. Luis Diaz is the man, Szoboszlai, Jota, Mo Salah. But the fight between Mo Salah, the controversial confrontation which happened in those training sessions, Mohamed Salah having some sort of confrontation with Alexander Arnold, both of them from the right wings, right mid pitch, Liverpool. Both Mo Salah and Alexander Arnold has got those big, war going on with each other on those training sessions, which has been captured by the reporters. Will they make that happen? Will they make it big? Mo Salah was the man who was having that smile on their face, but Alexander Arnold was the man who was not having that smile on his face. Both Alexander Arnold and Mo Salah are going to get those exits from Liverpool. Alexander Arnold is linked with the likes of Los Blancos, Real Madrid, but Mo Salah, on the other hand, hasn't got those contract extensions. What is that going to happen? Big questions are there in the minds of the fans. But at Anfield, Liverpool, which they faced in the previous fixtures, if we talk about it, was against Southampton, where they conceded first, but it was those 3 goals which Liverpool got, and with that comeback, they made that happen. But after this game, Liverpool and PSG, Liverpool in their fixtures are in the EFL Cup. That is also the big one, and it is going to happen the final at the Wembley, where Liverpool and Newcastle will face in the FA Cup final. The first taste of silverware for Arne Slot will come up next after this fixture. But if Liverpool are going to get into the quarterfinals, it will add those big moments for the Anfield fans to be happening. So those of you who are watching this, give your votes on the chat. That is it the likes of the Reds, Liverpool going to get those wins, or it is the likes of PSG, less patience PSG, are they going to get those wins, or it is the likes of FC Hollywood, Bayern, are they going to get those wins, or it is the likes of Leverkusen, never losing, are they going to get those comebacks? What is that going to happen? What is that which is going to happen over there? Oh my God. Game is about to begin. Just 2 minutes left into it. Look at that Champions League ball. Oh my God. Oh my God. But the referee on page for Bayer Leverkusen and Bayern Munich, it is the likes of Slavako Vincic, the man who has been on those referee relations for Bayern Munich in the Champions League matches. Bayern has been getting those wins and draws under this referee. Liverpool under the likes of Istvan Kovacs, the man who will be much seen to be happening. He will be the man who will be much seen to be happening. Will that be the option which we are going to get or not? Just have this look of it. Oh my god. The game is about to begin. The lineups are there. The Champions League anthem is now being sung. Oh my god. Look at that. Look at that. Both the matches are going to be happening. Liverpool and PSG, as well as the likes of Leverkusen and Bayern. These are the two matches we will be having the watch. And on the other hand, Barcelona has got those 3-1 win over Benfica. Bruno Lage has been eliminated, and Benfica just couldn't make those quarterfinals appearances. Barcelona has moved into the quarterfinals. And on the other hand of the bracket, if Dortmund or Lille, Dortmund are going to make it, then Hansi Flick's men are going to face Dortmund in the quarterfinals. If Dortmund are going to get those upsets against Lille, that is a 1-1 which Dortmund has got in the first leg, Signal Iduna Park. And on the other hand, Inter and Feyenoord, Inter has those 2 goals aggregate over Feyenoord. If Simone Inzaghi's men get those wins over the likes of Feyenoord, Robin Van Persie, their new manager this winter, will they make it happen? If Inter are going to get it, then it will be likes of Inter and Bayern in the quarterfinals. What is that which is going to happen? The referee has given those toss on the pitch. And whereas PSG and Liverpool, if we talk about, it will be the likes of Aston Villa in the quarterfinals. It will be the Premier League quarterfinals, Liverpool and Aston Villa. It will be the likes of Real Madrid and Arsenal, most of the predictions, which is going to be in the quarterfinals. It will be likes of Barcelona, who has made their first enter into the quarterfinals, will face Dortmund, if not those big upsets are happening. And it is the likes of Bayern and Inter Milan. Inter on a 2-0 aggregate over Feyenoord, and Bayern with 3-goal aggregate over Leverkusen. Liverpool with that 1-goal aggregate lead over PSG. Aston Villa with those 3 goals to 1 against Club Brugge, and Real Madrid 2, Atletico Madrid 1. We will be having the next watch along of that. It will be tomorrow night, which we'll be having. But Arsenal has really made it happen because they are on an aggregate of 7-1. Mikel Arteta's men making it against PSV Eindhoven. What is that which is going to happen? Is it the likes of PSG and Liverpool? Are they going to make that? Whole of the Anfield is waiting that to watch. At the BayArena, the game begins. Bayern with those passes high up against Police, but that is a miss. The kickoff has happened over here with an aggregate of 3-0 Bayern are having. And the kickoff of PSG and Liverpool has also happened with a 1-goal lead. How is that going to happen? Lamo gets that deflection. Goretzka with those clearances. It will be the likes of Bayern with their goalkeeper to be talking about. Not denying the fact this man has to make that happen. It is the likes of Jonas Ubig who has to show his character for tonight. It is the likes of Jonas Ubig who has to show those characters tonight. No denying the fact. Yes, the timeline is set over here, and both the matches we will be having a watch. Let me put the sound over here. Musiala is getting those possession back. Frimpong Davis back to Kim. If Kim Min-jae and Upamecano are going to cause those upsets again, it will be the likes of Bayern fans watching that. It will be the likes of Bayern fans watching that. I mean, if this lineup is looking up over here, Bayern and Leverkusen with those lineups, is that going to happen? Xabi Alonso must be having those hopes high, but the non-availability of Florian Wirtz, Michele, Terrier, Pelosian, Schick is the man on the starting lineups for those centre forwards. And the likes of Liverpool and PSG, it is also 3 minutes over there, still goalless. Musiala makes those charges high up, but it is headachy getting those clearances. Goretzka has those possession one. Then it's Xhaka, the man. Oh my god, look at that. Look at that. That was a straight hit. That was a straight hit which Garcia made that on the legs of Harry Kane, and no cards being shown. That is a no card being shown. Kingsley Coman on the wings. Arthur the man. Davis winning that good. Grimaldo trying to get those upset moments. What is that happening on the pitch? Leverkusen from the starting of the first minute are trying to cause those upsets to be happening. It is Palacios the man again getting involved. Look at that. Leverkusen know that they want some cards to be shown, and it is Palacios the man. I am saying it consistently. It is Palacios. It is the likes of Granit Xhaka. They always try to create those imbalances by getting those rusty tackles against Bayern most of the times. It has been seen. It has been seen. Again, look at that. It is Palacios who is trying to provoke Kingsley Coman on the pitch. They try to make that happen most of the times. Kingsley Coman running it high up against Arthur. Changes the wings, passes that to Lima. Lima to Olise, Goretzka back, Upamecano. Kim, one touch pass that is to Davis. Coman passes that. Kimmich on the mid page. Kimmich changes the wings. Gets Olise. Lima passes that to Olise again. Musiala has got that good, dribbling in, gets it inside the box. Will he make that pass? Harry Kane inside the box. That is a big foul. Harry Kane inside the box has been taken back. Harry Kane inside the box has been fouled, and this referee is not giving those decisions yet. This is the referee on the pitch. It is the likes of Slavako Venkik not getting those moments. Look at that. It was Harry Kane who had a fall inside the box. Musiala getting it good. It was a bad tackle being made. Look at that on the VAR. Look at that on the VAR. Holy Christ, this referee is not even looking to the VAR for that. Look at that. It was inside the box. The tackle was made on Harry Kane. It was a bad tackle. Grimaldo with that cross. Lama getting those interceptions. Goretzka gets those clearances. Olise getting those pickup moments. Look at that. Leverkusen are just trying to cause those upsets. They are just breaking the momentum of those gameplay. Look at that foul which was made to Harry Kane inside the box. Again, Olise has been picked. He has been just grabbed by his jersey, but no fouls yet being given, no cards being given. Musiala, look at that. Jonathan Tah has given those tackles high up against Musiala. No cards yet being shown. What is that going on? What is that going on? Look at that tackle. What is this referendation? But Musiala gets that into the box. Look at that. Jonathan Tah was holding Harry Kane with his hands, and this man hasn't given those cards yet. And again, Jonathan Tah gets those tackles to Musiala. Again, no card being given. Man, this game is looking like some sort of referee bad decision. Some bad referee decisions are going to be made. Police takes that free kick. Good. Upamecano header. Grimaldo chasing that. Lima. And look at that. Now Lima is being given a yellow card before that. This referral decision is going bad. This referral decision is going bad. This referral decision is going bad. This referral decision is looking so rusty. This is a bad referral decision which is going on. No denying the fact this is a bad referral decision. And Lama, with that single challenge to Frimpong, has been given a yellow card. But Jonathan Tah, Palacios, Granit Xhaka, with those previous tackles they made inside the box, they made those tackles not being shown a card. Oh my god. Let's wait to see what happens with those assists of this referee. Are Leverkusen going to make those? With those free kicks being taken, it was for Arthur. That is a good interception from Upamecano. Get those clearances, guys. Get those clearances high up. Arthur with that throw. Will he go for that long one? No, he gets Granit Xhaka. Coman with those interceptions, trying to get those clearances. Xhaka again. Musiala chasing it high up. Hideki. Palacios going high. Patrick Schick against Upamecano. Upamecano, rusty tackle that was. What is that? This referee is giving those yellow cards again. Kids like Coman has been given a yellow card. What is that going to happen? It is those upsets moment. I mean, it is those two yellow cards just shown in 9 minutes of the gameplay with two tackles which Bayern made, but the previous 4 to 5 tackles which Leverkusen made, none of those were given a yellow card. Oh my god. On the other hand, 16 minutes of gameplay, 10 minutes of gameplay, Liverpool and PSG still goalless. And on the other hand, it is Inter and Feyenoord. Inter has scored their third goal in the lead. Oh my god. Inter has scored. They are definitely going to make it happen. Leverkusen on this 10th minute gets that free kick. Who is going to take that? I mean, look at that. Lammer gets that yellow card. It is Coman getting those yellow cards. This referee on the pitch to talk about, he is making those things so ugly to be looking. Slavako winking, the man who is making that. Oh my god. Is this going to be some sort of moments for this referee on the pitch? Will this be the upset moments, guys? Will this be the upset moments? Look at that. This is the man who is over here Just look at this. This is the man who is officiating this. Is that going to be happening? Leverkusen win kick, the man getting those referral decisions. Will they make that happen? Into the box, that was Arthur Palacios, not making that happen. Not making that happen. Not making that happen. And on the other hand, Liverpool and PSG, if we look into that, it is still 12 minutes ongoing. Liverpool goalless against Paris Saint-Germain. Leverkusen are trying to build those pressure. Lammer, Olise, that is a foul. That is a foul from Palacios, but no cards being shown. No cards being shown. Look at that. Hincap made those tackles to Olise, but no cards being shown. Man, this is the referee who is making that. I mean, he is the man who is making it count. Esteban, I mean, to talk about him, Leverkusen win kick is the man who is causing those things. Who is causing those things? How is that going to happen? Hideki gets that. Jonathan Tah. We will make that. We will make that. Don't worry, guys. Where do I find that big picture of this man? I'm trying to find that big picture of this referee. Let me find that big picture of this man. It is Harry Kane outside the box, takes that shot, but Hideki gets that. Goretzka again trying to get a cut in. Harry Kane, my God, that was something big. That was something big. Harry Kane could have got some goal out of that. Harry Kane could have got that some big moment on the pitch. Oh my God, Harry Kane could have got that big opportunity, guys. Harry Kane could have got that big opportunity. Nothing to be denied. Nothing to be denied. But this man on the pitch so far on the 10th minutes hasn't been giving those decisions good. No denying the fact this man hasn't been giving those decisions good on the pitch. Oh my God, how is that going to end? That is a shot. Oh my God, just wide of the first post. That was something big happening. That was something big happening. Yes, I have got that pic of that man as well. Look at that. These are the two men. It is the likes of Istvan Kovacs who is refereeing. Oh my God. PSG has scored against Liverpool. PSG has scored. And it is this man, Istvan Kovacs, who is officiating this game. And on the other hand, Leverkusen and Bayern has been given those two yellow cards with those tackles. Kingsley Coman, Lima giving that, and it is the likes of Slavako, Winkek, the man here on the image is officiating the match for Bayer Leverkusen and Bayern Munich. It is still goalless though. Bayern still has got those 3 goals lead. And on the other hand, it is the likes of Liverpool and PSG. PSG has scored. Dembele is the man who has scored. Look at that. But it is also the likes of Istvan Kovacs, the man, the referee on the pitch for both of the matches which we are having. But this man, to talk about that, Slavako Winkek, will he cause those upsets to be happening? That is also the watch to have. No denying the fact, this is also the watch to have. Both of these men will be responsible if there is going to be any sort of bad decisions, because Bayern so far has been given those 2 yellow cards. My goodness. Him getting those clearances. Davis trying to change the wings. Upamecano. Davis gets a cut in. He is speeding up. Davis is getting those clearances good. He will have to make that. But Lima is being picked on the right backs, and Leverkusen are trying to make those moments high up. They get Cheek. Back pass. Musiala gets those interceptions with the build up, but he finds no one in those build ups to be happening. Kimmich gets Olise. Olise has, oh my god, look at that. It is the likes of, in the lineups for both of them, if we compare over here, it is Bayern who has got the likes of Olise against Hincap, and it is the likes of Coman against Arthur, which they have to make it happen. Whereas for Leverkusen, it is Frimpong against Davis, and it is Grimaldo against Lima. How is that going to unfold for Bayern with this lineup? Leverkusen with this lineup, will they get it big or not? That is also a big one. But to talk about Liverpool over here, that first goal which Dembele got, oh my goodness, look at that. It is Dembele against Van Dijk and Konate, Bakula against Robertson, Kvaratskhelia against Arnold. That is the aspect from Liverpool on the defensive side. But Paris Saint-Germain, to talk about their lineups, that is the likes of Luis Diaz against Hakimi, Szoboszlai against Marquinhos and Pacho, with the likes of Jota and Salah against Mendes. The fight is ongoing, and no denying the fact, it is the likes of Liverpool who has got those 1-goal equalizers from PSG. PSG has got those equalizers. Dembele has got those equalizers. But at the Anfield, will PSG be enough to sustain up to those stoppage time? Because if it is going on those draws, the away goal advantages are not applicable in the Champions League. So all the goals which are going to matter is, so keep goaling guys, keep goaling. But to talk about the stats of this game, Liverpool has got those 7 shots, 1 on target. PSG 4 shots, 3 on target. PSG are looking more clinical in those shots being taken so far in this game. But to talk about the likes of Leverkusen and Bayern, Leverkusen 2 shots, none on target, no worries. That is for Ubik so far. But Bayern 3 shots, 2 on target. Herdecki has got saves. Herdecki is the man who is getting those saves. It is happening. It is happening. But this man, to talk about Slavako Winkick, the man officially refereeing on the pitch for the game against Bayern and Leverkusen, has given those two yellow cards. It is something which isn't that much required. It is Musiala who has won that. Give it to Elise, bro. Give it to Elise. Oh my God. That was a big opportunity. Harry Kane and Elise were there on the attack. Musiala, my boy, that was a big opportunity. You could have converted that. There were the likes of Elise and Harry Kane on the pitch, but not getting those clinical moments. Not getting those clinical moments. And on the other hand, the game between Liverpool and PSG, this man, Istvan Kovacs, he is also be the man responsible for getting those decisions on the pitch. You have to take those. Look at that. It is Granit Xhaka with that tackle to Kimmich again. This man, Slavako Winkick, is not even checking those weird decisions to be happening on the pitch. Look at that. It was Musiala who was also being tackled by Jonathan Tah on the pitch. What is that going to be? This man, Slavako Winkick, is not doing those decisions good. No denying the fact this man, Slavako Winkick, on the pitch is not getting those good decisions so far. Is this a man who is going to cause those upsets? Because two yellow cards he has shown so far, 23 minutes, 14 minutes on the pitch. Again, Kingsley Coman has been fouled by Grimaldo. Look at that. Leverkusen tries most of the things like this way, boys. Leverkusen tries most of the things by this way. This is no means a good thing which is happening on the pitch. That is a corner for Leverkusen, but interception that is a big interception. Still, two shots Leverkusen has taken, but none on target and nobody's for Urbik so far. Nobody's for Ubik so far, whereas Bayern, three shots being taken, two on target. There were some of the big opportunities which Bayern could have capitalized. Corner again being taken. Harry Kane finally getting those clearances. Coman, get those clearances higher, boy. Get those clearances. Don't try to get those build-ups happening on the mid-pitch. Leverkusen are trying to cause those early upsets with a goal, but still 25 minutes on the watch. They haven't got those. They haven't yet got those. Urbik with his left footer getting it high up. Ta, Palacios, Musiala finally getting that to Kane. Take your position, boys. Take your position. That is what I'm saying. Don't go for those big moments as well as big passes. Lama against Hincap. He gets those. Turn good. Elise. Elise, will he get that into the box? Yes, he has cut in. Will he make that cross to the far post? Kingsley Coman, but Arthur is the man who got those deflection good. Arthur is that man who is having those short heights on the pitch. If we talk about for the lineups which Leverkusen has got, it is that man Arthur. Harry Kane is trying to get those physical movements inside the box but denied. Kimmich for Meccano again. Davis speeding in. He is inside the box. Jonathan Tah is giving his best. Leverkusen with their centre back, Jonathan Tah. I mean, Xabi Alonso must have got those big words on him. Jonathan Tah is making those presents felt good. Jonathan Tah is making those presents felt good. But will Bayern now getting that first corner? Get those headers, boy. Get those headers. But be prepared for those counters if you are going to miss those headers. Be prepared for those counters who are staying. Harry Kane, Kim Min-jae inside the box, Goretzka inside the box, Musiala, Koeman. It is Davis, Olise who are staying on those moments to stop those counters. Kimmich with that cross, far post for Musiala, but Frimpong getting those deflections. Another corner incoming. That is another corner incoming for Bayern. That is another corner incoming for Bayern. Look at that referee again. Slovako win kick is talking to the players. What does he want? Olise is going to take that from the right corners of the pitch with his left footer. Will he get that curl good? Make that happen, boy. Make that goal. Make that goal. Make it count. The sideline referee is stopping that corner to be taken. Slovako win kick now asks that to cross. Olise with that cross. But no, it was Patrick Schick getting those header deflections. Kimmich again gaining that. A cross. Davies, Koeman, make that shot, boy! Koeman, Kingsley, Koeman. That could have happened. That could have happened. That could have happened. That could have happened. Look at that. This man, Slovako win kick. Those tackles made to Kimmich. Those tackles made to Harry Kane. Hasn't given any yellow cards. Those tackles made to Olise hasn't given those yellow cards so far. And Leverkusen, on the other hand, in the first 5 to 10 minutes, they have caused those tackles. This is the man, Slovako win kick. Will he be the man responsible for causing those upsets? And on the other hand, PSG and Liverpool, 29 minutes. PSG has got those. Liverpool has got those big stats counting for them at Anfield. 7 shots, 1 on target. But PSG with 4 shots, 3 on target has caused those equalizers. Has caused those equalizers from the likes of Dembele on the pitch. But this man, Esteban Kovacs, the referee on the pitch for Liverpool and PSG, will be the man for the talk of the town if he is going to cause those upsets. But to talk about Liverpool with this lineup, why are they not getting those big goals counting for them? Because it is at the Anfield. What are they waiting for? What are they waiting for? Finally, it is that yellow card which Leverkusen is getting. Look at that. It was Harry Kane who was held from behind. Look at that. It was a deadly challenge. Oh my God. That was a deadly challenge to Harry Kane on the pitch. That was a deadly challenge to Harry Kane on the pitch. That is Hermoso now being given that yellow card. This is the first yellow card which Leverkusen is having in this game. This is the first yellow card of this game which is happening. And this man, Slovako win kick, I don't think the first 10 minutes where he has given those yellow cards for Lammer, as well as those yellow cards which has been given to Kingsley Coman and Lammer, hasn't been that good enough. Prior to that, there were many tackles were made by Palacios, by the likes of Granit Xhaka, but no cards were given. No cards were given. On the other hand, Liverpool and PSG, no cards yet been given. No cards yet been given. Only say with that cross header for, no one takes that goal. No one takes that goal. Goretzka getting those mid-pitch interceptions. Leverkusen are making those far wing crosses for Grimaldo and Frimpong. Grimaldo and Frimpong. Davis gets it past against Frimpong. Gimmick, but referee is not giving those tackles to Davis as well. Those tackles made to Davis by Frimpong, this referee doesn't get those yellow cards talking. Patrick Schick inside the box. For Meccano makes that challenge good. That was a big one. For Meccano had a fall. But finally Goretzka getting that. Finally Goretzka getting that. It is that corner incoming. Xavi Alonso's men are looking to pounce with those corners happening, but not those clinical shots on target so far. Garcia is the man. Take that. Jonas Ubig. A view of that. Get those deflections. Yes, Ubig gets that deflection goal. Look at that. Jonas Ubig gets that deflection goal. He is the man showing those characters on the pitch. Look at that. Jonas Ubig, that fist deflection which he's got. Yes, this is that Sepp Meyer. This is that Oliver Kahn. This is that Manuel Neuer hybrid which Bayern has got. Jonas Ubig is that hybrid man. On the page, Musiala on those counters. Davis suddenly tries to change the wings rather than finding Goretzka on the mid page. Upamecano image. Oh man, look at that mid page. Look at that mid page. Musiala is there. Goretzka is also high up. It is those early pressure which Bayern is imposing. 33 minutes on the watch. Because Bayern has those breathing space of 3 goals. Coman is there far high up. Frimpong is staying high up. It is those moments from Coman where Bayern has to get that happen. Him, yes, finding Coman, but those passes are not happening. Especially those passes for Coman is not happening. Those passes for Coman is not happening. Look at that. Bayern with those left footers which is coming on from Kim Min-jae is not happening. I mean, Kingsley Coman is not getting those passes. It is now Davis getting it high up. He gets a cut into Harry Kane. Police say that first touch not that clinical enough to get it into the box. Hermoso, the man, still on the sidelines. Can Bayern take those Leverkusen down to 10 man with Hermoso on the sidelines? Yes, we have got those wins. The Reds, Liverpool, as well as we have got those Les Parisiens, PSG. Oh my God, we have got those votes that Liverpools are going to get it. The PSG's Les Parisiens are going to get it, but give your votes for those FC Hollywood, Bayern, as well as the likes of Leverkusen and Leverkusen on that page to be happening. By Leverkusen, with that, it is Kim Min-jae who has got a struggling. That is a struggling clearance from Kim Min-jae. That was a struggling clearance from Kim Min-jae on the pitch. So yes, we have got those votes for PSG getting those wins. We have also got those votes for the Liverpool Anfield getting those, but no votes yet for Bayer Leverkusen and Bayern Munich to be happening. Give your votes for those also, guys. Give your votes for FC Bollywood Bayern as well as Leverkusen and Leverkusen to be happening. But this man, Slavako Vinkic, will he be responsible for causing those big upsets? Will this man be causing those big upsets? On the other hand, PSG and Liverpool, PSG won. They have got those equalizers high up at Anfield, 37 minutes on the watch. Still, Liverpool hasn't got those goals. It is those 9 shots which Liverpool has taken, but only 1 on target at Anfield. In the second half, if this story is going to be the same, it is a header for Leverkusen. Oh my God, Patrick Schick was the man, but no worries for Jonas Ulbeek. On the other hand, the stats for Leverkusen and Bayern, Leverkusen has got 5 shots taken, but none on target. But Jonas Ulbeek is the man who is making his presence felt good. Jonas Ulbeek is the man who is making his presence felt so good on the pitch. No denying the fact. I think it is Hermoso, the man who is definitely going to quit. Hermoso is the man who is going to quit. Yes, it is now Andrik who is coming onto the pitch. Andrik is the man coming onto the pitch. But where is Andrik going to be playing? Look at that. I mean, the lineup which Xabi Alonso is having over here, it is Hermoso, the man leaving the pitch for Leverkusen. Hermoso has got those substitutions. He was on those injuries, and it is Robert Endrick who has been called up. But where is he going to be placed on the pitch? It is Endrick who is staying on those centre backs beside Jonathan Tah. But Tapsoba was the opportunity which Alonso could have got, but no, he has picked up Endrick because he wants. Endrick is the man who has been called on the pitch, but it is Xabi Alonso who wants those big goals. That is why Endrick has been picked. Otherwise, he would have gone for the likes of Tapsoba. But again, to look at that, this is that Jonas Ulbeek moment who made those saves. Look at that, the fist punch which Jonas Ulbeek got. That it was something big. He is showing his character, young man on the pitch. Goretzka clearing that, not good enough. Left footer, that is from Grimaldo, but blocked by Olise. Jonas Ulbeek is the man. The next Sepp Maier, the next Oliver Kahn, the next Manuel Neuer. We want that hybrid of these 3 goalkeepers for Bayern. It is Jonas Ulbeek making those presence felt. And yes, those of you who are watching this, give your votes. Whether it is the likes of the Reds Liverpool, the likes of Les Spartians PSG, the likes of FC Hollywood Bayern, or is it the likes of Leverkusen, who are going to win those? Grimaldo with those crosses. Kimmich getting those deflections. Harry Kane not being able to carry that ball good. From Meccano getting those deflections good. Good gameplay that Bayern is having, boasting of those 3 goals lead. Now Leverkusen on those 40 minutes of this gameplay getting those corners. To talk about Leverkusen, they have already got those 3 corners so far. This is their 4th corner which is incoming. 1 yellow card for Leverkusen. Oh my God, that is Jonas Ulbeek again. That is Jonas Ulbeek again getting those deflections. Look at that. Look at that jump from Jonas Ulbeek. That was Patrick Schick who was trying to block Jonas Ulbeek. Jonas Ubik is the man who has got those interceptions again. Jonas Ubik is the man. He is talking. He is the man talking. He is the man who is talking. Jonas Ubik is the man who is talking because Leverkusen has got those three corners. Look at that. It is Jonas Ubik again, the man who is talking. Oh my God. Harry Kane now has been fouled on the pitch. Look at that. Hendrik has his boots high up on the face of Harry Kane, but no cards being given. Look at that. This man, Slavako Winkick, I don't think he is making those fair decisions on the pitch. A free kick has been awarded to Bayern, but no cards being shown to Hendrik for that tackle. His boots were high up on the face of Harry Kane, but no cards being shown. Oh my God. Kimmich with that cross on that first post. Kim Min-jae didn't went for those jumps as well. Oh my God. Frimpong with those farming moments, but in the end he tries to change those wings, but not happening, not happening. Ta passes that to Hendrik. Jonas Ubik is the man. Jonas Ubik is the man. He is showing his big characters today, boys. Jonas Ubik is the man, the number 40, replacing Manuel Neuer for the third time. I mean, this is his third match, third game for Bayern, and he is showing his big character on the pitch. No denying the fact, Jonas Ubik is the man who is showing his big character on the pitch. You can't deny this man, Jonas Ubik. He is the hybrid which Sepp Maier, Oliver Kahn, as well as Manuel Neuer. Look at his physicality. Jonas Ubik, the number 40 on saving the nets for Bayern. Look at his position. He is making it good. He is making it good. Kim Min-jae this time gets those header touches, but he has been tackled badly on the mid-pitch. Look at that. That was Granit Xhaka pushing Kim Min-jae. Look at that. Leverkusen are trying anything or everything to get a goal. That was a header from Patrick Schick again. But no worries for Ubik. No worries for Ubik so far. No worries for Jonas Ubik. He was there safe on the first post. He has his hands high up. No space being given. No space being given to Leverkusen so far. No clear space being given to Leverkusen so far. 7 shots, none on target. They are trying hard for those shots being taken, but not getting those clinical moments. Bayern, on the other hand, 4 shots, 2 on target. One was that from Harry Kane. That could have been a big opportunity, as well as Musiala had those opportunities in those counters, but couldn't make that. Kim Min-jae getting those tackles, good. Jonas Ubik getting those clearances. It is Arthur who is making those tackles to Kingsley Coman. Both of them were lying on the pitch. Coman back passes that to Davis. Kim. Upamecano again. 45 minutes are up. 2 minutes of added time. Upamecano to Jonas Ubik. Ubik, his left footers. He finds Olise. Good. Leverkusen are trying to cause those upsets, but Bayern are not giving them those clear opportunities. Again, a foul that is from Granit Xhaka on the pitch. That is a big foul from Granit Xhaka on the pitch to Musiala. But this man, if his refereeing to talk about in this game, Slavko Winkick not doing his job good. This man, Slavko Winkick, not doing his job good. Joshua Kimmich taking those free kicks. There is some sort of obstruction from Leverkusen for taking those free kicks, but no, this man Slavko Winkick, what is he trying to do? What is he up for today in this game? What is he up for today in this game? The game against Barcelona, he was the man on those referee decisions as well. And he had given those controversial Harry Kane decisions also in that. But this is the man, Slavako Wincake, not getting those good decisions on the pitch. No denying the fact this man, Slavako Wincake, is not giving those decisions good on the pitch. 1 minute 37 seconds are up. Only 20 seconds left into this first half. I mean, of those added time. Arthur with those throw from here. He tries to go into the box, but a poor throw. That is from Arthur. That is a poor throw. 2 minutes are up. Slavako Wincake has blown the whistle. To talk about this referee on the pitch, the first half, the referee decisions which has been made by him hasn't been that good. Hasn't been that good. The first half referee decisions from this man, Slavko Wincake, hasn't been that good. No denying the fact this man hasn't given those decisions and he is not maintaining those strict UEFA official rules which has to be maintained. This man, Slavako Wincake, is not giving those good decisions. No denying the fact this man, Slavako Wincake, is not getting those good decisions on the pitch. On the other hand, still Bayern 3 goals up. It is those stats which are boasting for Leverkusen, but they have taken 7 shots, none of them on target, and no worries for Jonas Ubik. And Jonas Ubik is the man, he is making those good saves on the pitch. 48% Leverkusen has. Bayern on the other hand, 52%. This is their away leg, 174 passes, 66% pass accuracy from Leverkusen, finally losing in their final thirds and fourths. Whereas Bayern with 76% are getting those counters. Some of them were 2 on target shots which they took out of those 4. It could have been those good opportunities, but Herdecki, the goalkeeper for Leverkusen, making it big. Only 1 yellow card to Leverkusen, whereas 2 for Bayern. This has been a big upsetting moment from this man, Slavako Wincake, on the pitch. No denying the fact, Leverkusen with those tackles being made time and again to Bayern players, and only yellow cards being given to Leverkusen. That is an unfair decision on the pitch. To talk about it, Slavako Wincake is not officiating this match good enough for Bayern and Leverkusen. On the other hand, PSG and Liverpool, the first half has also ended. The 1 goal which PSG has got those equalizers. The away goals are not going to count this season of the Champions League, and on an aggregate it is 1-1. If this Liverpool and PSG is going on into the second half, then it is going to be the extra time and then it is to the penalties. The away goals are not going to be counted, and for Liverpool in the stats it has been disheartening. At their home they have got 10 shots but only 1 on target, whereas PSG has got 7 and 4 on targets. I mean, PSG has scored by Dembele. Dembele, when he scores, PSG gets those big wins. Dembele, when he scores, it is PSG who gets those big wins. Will that be happening? Arne Slot will be making those big stunts. 54% possessions at Anfield. Liverpool boasting off compared to 46% from PSG. 230 passes to 211. But pass accuracy, look at that. Liverpool with 83%. That is quite less. 5 fouls they have got. It is also the man, Istvan Kovacs. Is he making those referendations good on the pitch? It is for the likes of Liverpool fans to be making it big to happen. Whether this man, Istvan Kovacs, is he doing his decisions good on the pitch? No red cards being shown, no yellow cards being shown. 4 corners which Liverpool has got, but not a goal yet, whereas PSG has got 3 corners in their away leg. Luis Enrique's men are making that happen. We will be just taking a short 1-minute break and we will be back for the second half watch along. Do stay tuned to it. Just give me a 1-minute short break and I'll be back. I just need a short break of 1 minute. I'll be back in just 1 minute. Will that big happen today? Jonas Ubik, will he make that count? Allison, the man, who will he make that count? We are up for the second leg, but wait for it. Just 1 minute. I'll be back to this. Again, to talk about that, the refereeing on the pitch for that is definitely not going to be good. And those of you who are watching this, give your votes on the chat section that Whether it is the likes of Reds, Liverpool who are going to get those wins, it is the likes of less patience PSG, or it is the likes of FC Bollywood Bayern, or is it the likes of Leverkusen who are going to get that. And to talk about this game so far, it is Feyenoord who has got that one goal equalizer against Inter Milan, but on aggregate, Inter are 3 up. It is the likes of, those player changing moments as well. For Simone Inzaghi's men, they are down to injuries. Will that make that happen? But in the stats, 5 shots which Inter has taken against Feyenoord has got the likes of, their man Robin Van Persie, who is on those coaching lines for Feyenoord, has got 6 shots on target, but only getting a 1 goal. That is also from the penalties. But on the other hand, Barcelona has got those 3-1. PSG and Liverpool, 1 goal PSG has got. This is going to be a big upset. This is definitely going to be a big upset for PSG. For Liverpool, PSG has got that, and Arne Slot's man, 10 shots, only 1 on target at Anfield. And at the Anfield, Liverpool has been doing so good. It was the likes of Nottingham Forest who denied Liverpool of any those wins this season. But will this be Luis Enrique's PSG going to get those upsets? It is the halftime which is going on, and Dembele with that goal has caused those aggregate of 1-1, and the away goals are not going to count. Once again, I say that the away goals in the Champions League are not going to count this season. It is the goals which are going to be mattering much. And Arne Slot at Anfield in the second half, they have to be bit clinical. It is those 56% win probability which PSG is getting. Extra time, it is 26%, and Liverpool only 18% win probability, not getting those clinical finishings. It is those 5 fouls also which Liverpool has got. That is big disheartening. But this man, Esteban Kovacs, will he be the man responsible for that game, Liverpool and PSG to be happening? Is he officiating that match good enough? And on the other side, in the Champions League, this Bundesliga clash were Bayern 3 up against Leverkusen. Leverkusen trying to impose those big wins. But look at that. It is the win probability 34% for Bayern with that 3-goal advantage. Extra time, it is 36%. And Leverkusen with those 30% win probability. But Leverkusen, with those shots being taken, 7 on target, are dominating this game. But only with those shots, none of them are being clinical enough to get a goal. But 48% possession at BayArena, which I don't find Leverkusen are doing good in their final thirds and fourths. Only 152 passes, 66% pass accuracy is Leverkusen is fielding it good, and Bayern are getting those clearances good enough. 1 yellow card for Leverkusen, but this man Slovako Wincake, I don't think that this man Slovako Wincake is going to make any sort of good decisions today. He is not getting those good decisions on the pitch. No denying the fact, because look at this. The stats for this game is looking very disheartening, but over here, if we look at it, it is those moments which is going on, and Patrick Schick, the man who has got those last shots of attempt, but Harry Kane, that right footer, it was a save from Hideki. It was a big moment from Harry Kane, could have been a conversion. The 4-goal lead. Grimaldo again, that was far off from the box. No worries for Jonas Ubik. Jonas Ubik is the man who is picking up. Palacios again, 12th minute, far from the post. Again, that was another big opportunity, but again, Hideki getting those saves. Olise again, that was a save from Hideki. Arthur, the man taking that, it was inside the box, but Ubi gets those. Granit Xhaka, that was also a good block. Coman getting those shots. The shots which man has taken, most of them have been from their right part of the wings. It is the likes of those passes to be made for Coman has to be bit lethal. Patrick Schick taking those right footer, but it was a block. No worries for Urbig. Again, Patrick Schick taking that. It was a big miss. Again, Patrick Schick taking those headers, but no worries for Jonas Urbig so far. This was the all stats for Bayern and Leverkusen. 7 shots, 2 big chances Leverkusen got but couldn't convert it. 2 big chances Leverkusen has missed. It is those lack of confidence which Leverkusen is facing. But will they try to get those clutch moments, because they have got these substitutions where in the lineups to talk about their man on the pitch, it is the likes of Hermoso who has been called down to the sidelines and Endrick has been picked. Whereas Liverpool and PSG, if we look at that, it is those 4-minute shot. Vitina took that. PSG were dominating the first 10 minutes. Dembele again on the 4th minute gets that. It was a save. Alisson saved it. Salah on the 4th minute again. Salah, Van Dijk again. 10th minute. Szoboszlai again. And all was that going for PSG and Liverpool, but Liverpool couldn't get those clinical finishings at the end. Kvaratskhelia and Dembele got those big opportunities again, but not getting those moments good. So will that be the option which PSG would try to dominate over here at Anfield? Because over here the lineups for both the teams are going to stay like that, and the changes which has been made, no changes for Liverpool and Paris Saint-Germain, and on the other hand Bayer Leverkusen and Bayern Munich, it is Vincent Kompany who has brought the substitution of Stanisic on the pitch, and Konrad Laimer has been dropped to the sidelines. It is the substitutions which Vincent Kompany has made, and bringing in the likes of Stanisic and dropping Laimer from the squad. Whereas Inter and Feyenoord, to talk about their lineup, it is still the half time which is going on. But no substitutions from the likes of Liverpool so far on the pitch. And no substitutions from Luis Enrique as well on the pitch. PSG are looking to go with that same lineup in the second half as well. So yes, this man, is he going to create those happenings? Slavako win kick in the first half, his representations hasn't been that good. And the substitutions which Bayern has got, dropping Laimer and bringing in Stanisic. And on the other hand, to talk about Liverpool and PSG, Marquinhos has been given a yellow card. Starting of the second half, Marquinhos has been given a yellow card. Oh my God, Marquinhos has been given an early yellow card. Now it is Xabi Alonso being given a yellow card by this man. Slavako win kick on the pitch. This man has given that yellow card to Xabi Alonso. It is now Olise trying to get in, finds Musiala on the left wings. Musiala gets a cut in, passes back to Olise with that cross, denied by Granit Xhaka. That is Granit Xhaka denying that. Goretzka with that challenge to Frimpong, but the referee asked the game to continue on. Slavako win kick now finally making those decisions good. Harry Kane with that cross to find Olise. Olise, will he keep that ball? Yes, he has. That is Olise finally winning at. He is inside the box. Take that shot inside the nets. Deflection to hit. But no. Still that first goal isn't coming that big. That was a big moment. The ball was inside the lines, but in cap, couldn't get that good. Granit Xhaka couldn't tackle Olise well. But it was Olise who could have got that goal cheap. That could have been a cheap goal which Olise could have got, adding to 4 goals for Bayern on an aggregate. Again, a corner incoming for Joshua Kimmich. I mean, this man, Slavko Winkick, the decisions which he was making in the first half was looking disastrous. The decisions which this man, Slavko Winkick, was making, I mean, takes that corner, but out of the post. Boy, keep that ball inside the post. Keep that ball inside the post. I mean, Marquinhos tracks back Diaz with that tackle in the game against Liverpool and PSG, and with the starting of the second half, it is the man Esteban Kovacs who has given a yellow card for Marquinhos. Oh my God! Upamecano getting those interceptions good. Good defensive aspects. Musiala is holding that ball for a long time, boy. Musiala is holding that ball for a long time. Still, the scoreline is 1-1 for PSG and Liverpool on an aggregate. And on the other hand, Leverkusen and Bayern, still it is 3 up for Bayern against Leverkusen on that aggregate. But one thing from Musiala, I have noticed it. I mean, the opposition midfielders, which they try to take those opportunities, is Musiala, after his first touch, takes some time to find the location of his positioning on the pitch. But Xabi Alonso has been given that yellow card with this man Slavko Winkick on the pitch. Slavko Winkick has given those yellow cards for Xabi Alonso. Man, getting that back passes to Kim. Elise trying to find Coman. That is a foul to Coman. That is a foul to Coman on the pitch. That is a big foul to Kingsley Coman on the pitch. You can't deny that. Kim Min-jae to Elise. That was a one-touch pass from Elise. But look at that. Granit Xhaka is the man who makes those rusty tackles on the pitch. No denying the fact. And finally, it is that yellow card. Granit Xhaka being shown, Xabi Alonso being shown those yellow cards in the second half. Now it is Granit Xhaka. Kimmich with that free kick. Harry Kane, will he make that? That is a goal for Harry Kane. It has come. 4 goals, boys. 4 goals. We are talking. 4 goals, we are talking. Granit Xhaka has given that big opportunity. Granit Xhaka has given those big opportunities. That tackle which was made to Kingsley Coman and a free kick being awarded. Now it is 4-0 Bayern Leverkusen. Kimmich took that free kick goal. Look at that recap. It was some sort of bad challenge. I mean, it was Patrick Schick who was on to the rescue for those headers, but on those trailing back moments, Harry Kane collects that and into the nets. It was a double touch finish Harry Kane has got. And this will be the 8th goal which Harry Kane will be boasting. It is those 8th goal which Harry Kane will be boasting. 4 up it is, guys. 4 up. That is a 4 up. It is one way or the highway. Bayern getting those second victories against Leverkusen back to back with this goal from Harry Kane. That is the muscle memory. You are talking it big, boy. That is the muscle memory. You are talking it big. It is the 10th goal for Harry Kane. I mean, look at that free kick which Joshua Kimmich took it. Joshua Kimmich really took that free kick so good. I mean, he denied any sort of opportunities. Oh my goodness. That was a big one, big one. Mia San Mia, boys. Mia San Mia, Packmas. Make that happen big. It is now 4 goal leads, which is happening. But in the first half, the decisions which this man, Slavko Winkick, was making, it wasn't looking good. It wasn't at all looking good. Bayern has got those Fourth goal on an aggregate. Kimmich finds Kane. Kane goes for those left footer. Davis. Interception, but Oman. Granit Xhaka now trying to find Frimpong. Min J. Back pass to Ubik. Jonas Ubik is also the man here showing those big character boys. Jonas Ubik is the man. He is showing those big characters. No denying the fact. It is Jonas Ubik, the man who is showing those big characters. It is going to be a big win for Bayern against Leverkusen if this win in the second leg is going to stand. And on the other hand, Liverpool and PSG on this timeline, it is still not happening. Liverpool are taking those shots, PSG are taking those shots, but no more goals has been happened. But is the man Kovacs the man? Will he be that responsible to cause those upsets? Will be the watch. But Bayern has got those fourth goal. Big wins, boys, big wins. Make that happen big. It is those substitutions, Vincent Company getting in, bringing in. Coman is inside the box, trying to get a cut in. Deflection, that is interception, but at the cost of a corner. Bayern are going to get those corners over here. And looking on those stats, it is the third corner which Bayern has so far got. Leverkusen has got 6. So Bayern taking their fourth corner and a goal lead of 4. It is Kimmich again. Kimmich is a marvel. Kimmich is a marvel on the pitch. Kimmich is a big marvel on the pitch. Kimmich again with that cross. Corners. Coman gets it. Left footer deflection. Hideki gets a touch to it. Again a corner that is. Again that is a corner. It is a humiliating defeat to Leverkusen in the hands of Bayern. But Kingsley Coman is limping on the pitch. Kingsley Coman is looking limping on the pitch. He is not looking fit. Look at that. Kingsley Coman is looking limping on the pitch. It was that weak footer from Kingsley Coman. He took it. It was a grounded shot. Yes, Kingsley Coman is down to the pitch. Vincent Company will now have to make those substitutions. 57 minutes on the watch. 57 minutes on the watch, and Vincent Company now will have to make some substitutions for Kingsley Coman. No, Coman is back on his legs. It was those tackles from Jonathan Tah against Coman. Coman was looking limping. Coman was looking limping. Coman is off the sidelines. Coman is off the sidelines. Vincent Company will have to make substitutions. Vincent Company will have to make substitutions. Man are down to 10 men. It is the substitution. Jeff Serge Gnabry, number 7, comes in, replacing Kingsley Coman. The second substitution for Vincent Company coming in. Gnabry is the man replacing Coman. Jeff, you have to make this big, boy. Jeff Serge Gnabry, you have to make this big. You are getting those big opportunities. You have to make that big, boy. You make corner, a stunt corner that was from him. Deflection, Frimpong, Musiala, Olise, Image. Ball is off for a throw. Bayern are having those chinky strunk moments with those corners, with those throws. Kim getting those interceptions good. I mean, substitutions. It is Serge Gnabry. Gnabry is the man. We need those stunt moments. Granit Xhaka. Look at those tackles which he made. My goodness. It is Bayern who have got those yellow cards. They can't afford to get those second yellow cards as well. But Xabi Alonso hasn't gone for any substitutions apart from those first half substitution where they got it. I mean, the injury of Xabi Alonso with the aspects of Hermoso, they have got Endrick. Oh my God, Alfonso Davies looking injured again. Look at that. Alfonso Davies has been hit on his face. He is back on his legs. Hope he is not that big injured to be counting on. He has been hit on his eyes, I guess. Vincent Company may be boasting of those 4 goals lead which they are having over Leverkusen and back-to-back 2 wins coming on, but it is the injuries as well as those yellow cards which they have to be careful for the next fixtures of the Champions League, because it is the likes of Feyenoord who are trailing it back 4-1 against Inter. So Bayern and Inter will be in the next phase of the Champions League facing each other, and those yellow cards will be a big crucial factor. Those will be a big crucial factor. Those will be a big crucial factor. Those yellow cards which are being time and again Vincent Company's men are getting it. It will lead to those second yellow cards and they will have to miss those pictures. And on the other hand, Liverpool and PSG still one up. The game is ongoing. I mean, look at that. Liverpool are now firing 14 shots on target in the second half. They are looking decent. They are looking making those passes. In the first half, Liverpool were looking disastrous. Inside the box, Bayern, but no worries for Jonas Ubik. Still no worries for Jonas Ubik. And Jonas Ubik, the number 40, is doing those clearances good. Jonas Ubik is the man who is making those good moments on the pitch. Grimaldo with that corner gets in. Kim getting those deflection headers. Gnabry heading not good enough. Finally, that is a clearance. Hideki, left footer, that is a long ball. Patrick Schick giving that to Grimaldo. Again, Kim getting those headers. Look at that. Kim Min-jae is looking like a beast. Kim Min-jae is looking like a beast on the pitch. And on the other hand, PSG and Liverpool still one each on an aggregate. The away goals are not going to count. The away goals are not going to count this season of the Champions League. None of the shots from Leverkusen are looking good enough. None of the shots from Leverkusen are looking good enough on the pitch. None of the shots from Leverkusen are looking good enough on the pitch, and it is already 64 minutes on the pitch. Now, Xabi Alonso is looking for those substitutions. I can see Victor Boniface coming on. I can see Victor Boniface coming on to the pitch. Arne Slot hasn't gone for any substitutions as well. Paris Saint-Germain hasn't gone for those substitutions. Frimpong again trying to get a header for Patrick Schick. Upamecano and Kim Min-jae are getting those crosses blocked by those headers. They are behaving like monsters. And to talk about in the Champions League, Frimpong, that is shot to the first post. Jonas Ubig makes that save. Look at that. Jonas Ubig is showing those characters. That was a shot onto the first post, and Jonas Ubig makes that save good. Look at that. Jonas Ubig is making those saves good. No denying the fact. He is showing those big characters. Now it is the substitutions which is incoming, boys. It is the substitutions incoming for Xabi Alonso. The two substitutions which has been for Leverkusen is, I think Adli is there on the pitch. Adli is the man looking on the pitch. Time and again, Leverkusen are making those crosses, but they are not getting clinical enough to get those moments. Musiala to Stanisic. Stanisic goes for those clearances. Good one. Not going for those back passes. That is what you need. That is what you need. It is Adli coming in. Victor Boniface has been called by Alonso. Victor Boniface has been called by Alonso. Big chances for Grimaldo. Leverkusen are looking. That is a big save from Jonas Ubig. Come on, big boy. Jonas Ubig is making those saves. He is denying anything incoming from Leverkusen. That's a big one. It was a header from Patrick Schick. And Jonas Ubig, look at his eyes. Look at those saves straight just on the right part of the bottom. That was a big clinical one from Patrick Schick. It is a big one. It is a big one. Jonas Ubig, Upamecano, and Kim Min-jae, they both are, three of them are looking like monsters on the pitch, saving the nets, saving the defensive aspects. They are denying any opportunities. And everything which Leverkusen has been left in this game is just with those crosses to be happening, and now they are going for those long passes. Tennessee getting those clearances good. But Xabi Alonso has brought in Victor Boniface. It is also the likes of Schick staying in. It is Garcia and Arthur. So it is those forward reinforcements, attacking reinforcements which Xabi Alonso has made. I mean, there is only Jonathan Tah, Hincap, and Andrik staying on those centre back options. And it is Grimaldo, Granit Xhaka, Palacios, Frimpong, Schick, Adli, Boniface, all of those attacks. Only the options of Nathan Tella, Buendia, and Hoffman are left for Xabi Alonso to be made. Xabi Alonso has reinforced all his attacking aspects into this game, but not getting a goal is getting those disheartening moments for Leverkusen. And in the stats so far, 12 shots Leverkusen has taken, but none of them on goal, 2 on target, and 2 of those brilliant saves from Jonas Ubig. And on the other hand, Liverpool and PSG still PSG won. Grimaldo takes that. Second post shot, Victor Boniface. What a shot that is. The goal is onto the straight part, boy, not on the sidelines. Where are you shooting that, my big boy Boniface? Victor Boniface took that shot and look at it. He thought the goal line is onto the sidelines. Victor Boniface taking those shots. Again, the substitution. Olise is off the pitch, and it is the likes of Hiroki Ito coming on. Defensive reinforcements from Vincent Company. It is Xabi Alonso bringing in the attacking aspects, and it is the likes of Vincent Company bringing in those defensive reinforcements on the pitch. That is a shot from Patrick Schick has been now given a yellow card. Look at that. This is which we called a fair decision on the pitch of football. This man Slavko Vinkic in the first half, those decisions which were being taken, he was causing those big worries. But in the second half, these decisions are good. Look at this. Patrick Schick getting those sliding tackles to Hincap has been given a yellow card. Good one that is. Good one that is. That is a deserving yellow card for Patrick Schick. I want some card for Palacios as well as Granit Xhaka. Serge Gnabry moving on to the wings. Josh Kimmich. Gnabry gets that. Goretzka, Harry Kane. Davis, Alphonso Davis is the man getting those second goal on, and now this is 5-0, boys. 5-0. It is 2 up for Bayern. It is 2 up for Bayern. It is your way or the highway, and it is on the 71st minutes. Bayern has got their second goal. Look at that. Joshua Kimmich again getting those clinical passes to Gnabry. Gnabry getting those. Good one. Back to Goretzka. Harry Kane lofted one. Alphonso Davies was there high up. And it is Alphonso Davies getting those second goals. Oh my God. That is a big win for Bayern incoming. Look at that second goal. It is Alphonso Davies getting that second goal. My goodness. It is your way or the highway. Bayern against Leverkusen. After those 125th anniversary celebration, Bayern are making it big. Bayern are making it big. How much more you want? It is the likes of 3-0 in the first leg at Allianz, and now at the BayArena, home of Leverkusen, it is 2 up on an aggregate. It is 5 up. Stanisic gets that. Upamecano, look at those headers, man. To be praising off Upamecano and Kim Min-jae in this game, as well as Jonas Ubik. Those three are looking like big monsters on those centre-back aspects. Jonas Ubik, Upamecano and Min-jae Kim, they are looking like monsters, saving everything coming on inside the box. They are saving it big. This second goal lead gives Bayern a 5-0 on aggregate. That is a whitewash. Leverkusen is being whitewashed. Boniface inside the box. Not happening from Boniface. Boniface is looking struggling on the pitch. On the other hand, PSG and Liverpool so far, it is 1 up. It is 1 up. So yes, Bayern are definitely now going to get those quarterfinal moments, and on the other hand, Inter Milan and Feyenoord, Bayern will face Inter in the quarterfinals. Feyenoord with the likes of Robin van Persie couldn't make it into the quarterfinals. That is a big upset. Feyenoord has been causing those big upsets, but couldn't make it in the round of 16. Look at that. Kim Min-jae is getting those blocks. He is looking like a monster. And on the other hand, Barcelona has got those 3-1 against Benfica, moving it good. It is Liverpool against PSG. Oh my god, still Liverpool hasn't scored at Anfield. 15 shots they have taken, only 3 on target. Liverpool is struggling. I would call that. I mean, just talking about the stats, I will call that Liverpool struggling. They have to get that one goal, otherwise, this will go on to those extra time. This will go on to the penalties. My goodness, Liverpool has that EFL Cup final. Musiala, that is what I'm talking about, you boy. You are getting those first touches, and after that, you are staying much holding that position. That is why you are getting bit predictable at times. Adley inside the box for Boniface. Boniface is taking those baby shots inside the box. Victor Boniface is taking those baby shots inside the box. But to talk about Vincent Company, the substitution which he got, dropping in Olise and bringing in Hiroki Ito, he sensed it good because Xabi Alonso has brought in all the attacking reinforcements which he has in store to get those goals, but not happening. But Vincent Company getting those defensive reinforcements, dropping in Coman, Olise, and bringing in Stanisic, Gnabry, and Hirokito. That is what I would say is good. That is, I would say, a good managerial aspect which Vincent Company in this game is showing. Musiala again taking that position, slowing down. Go Davis gets that cross. Gnabry, but Hincap this time gets that deflection good. Look at that. Hincap made that sliding one interception good enough. Hincap made that sliding interception good enough. So yes, that is what we are talking all about this. I mean, on the other hand, Liverpool PSG is still one up. We will be having a watch of that after those 15 minutes because I know this game is going up to those stoppage time. PSG and Liverpool will definitely go to those stoppage time. It is now Goretzka winning it. He gets that to Harry Kane. Get that third goal, boy. Get that third goal. Harry Kane, my boy. There was Musiala on there on the forwards. Oh my God. I mean, Harry Kane has got those big opportunities. No denying the fact. Harry Kane has got those big opportunities in this game, but not getting those clinical finishings. Vincent Company must be having his eyes on that aspect as well. I mean, two of the times it was seen Harry Kane getting those forward movements. It was Musiala who went onto the forward run in those counters in the first half. It was Olise Harry Kane, he didn't pass. And now in the second half, it is again Harry Kane making those runs. It was Musiala on the wings, I mean on those counters as well, running on, but he didn't make that pass. But anyways, a 5-0 win, and it is a clean whitewash of Leverkusen at the BayArena as well as at the Alliance. We want that third goal, boys. We want that third goal. Make that third goal happen. Make that third goal happen. And for the substitutions which Liverpool has got, look at that. Big substitutions which has come in for Liverpool. Liverpool has brought in Quanshaw, they have brought in Nunes, attacking aspects coming in for Arne Slot, dropping in Jota. Alexander Arnold has also been dropped on those medical injuries, whereas Paris Saint-Germain has only dropped Barcola and brought Desire Doe. Kang In Lee, Gonzalo Ramos, number 9 Gonzalo Ramos not getting those opportunities. What is that happening? What is that happening? Liverpool in the previous leg against PSG, they somehow managed to get that late 85th minute goal, one goal lead, but over here it is not happening. The stats are speaking much about that. It is 16 shots which they have got, 3 on target. That is big disheartening. That is a big disheartening one. PSG is giving their best. But in the second half, PSG has been restrained in taking any shots on attempt. 79 minutes on the watch. Leverkusen 0, Bayern Munich 5 on an aggregate. Kim Min-jae taking those headers. Look at that. Kim and Upamecano on those headers, they are getting those clearances so good, and Jonas Ubig making those big ones is also looking that big. Ito gets that clearance good. Kimmich gets Davis denied. Today is not that big day for Musiala to be talking. To be precise about that, Jamal Musiala is not having that big day. He has having those good stunts, he is having those moments, but it is not big day which is happening from him. Kim passes to Urbig. Urbig is making his character shown time and again. Urbig is making his character shown time and again. In cap, trying to get that deflection to Gnabry. Gnabry gets it. Musiala inside the box. Take that shot. My God, that is a deflection from the post. That was Musiala taking those shots, and it was a deflection from the post. It could have been the third goal, boys. It could have been the third goal. Oh my God. It is now Leverkusen looking lacking in everything. Musiala, Stanisic tries to get a back pass to Musiala, but being blocked by Hendrik. Oh my God, Harry Kane now gets a yellow card. You can't afford to get those yellow cards, boys. It is those frustrations which is coming on. Don't get those yellow cards. It is not the need of the hour. It is not the need of the hour. It is definitely not the need of the hour. Musiala took that shot so good, but it hits the first post. I think still Vincent Company should go for those substitutions. Vincent Company should go for those substitutions. They should bring in Leroy Sané at least now. Is Davis not allowing Frimpong. Jaka again to Frimpong. All those Leverkusen moments are getting all those bad luck moments and not getting those. Kim Min-jae again looking like those beasts, winning everything out of anything. Min-jae, Kim and Upamecano making those tackles look so good. It is a long pass to Musiala. But who is there to get Bambi those supports? Bambi finds Davis on those runs. Getting those clearances good. Goretzka tackling that good against Boniface. Upamecano. Kane again. Musiala, take that shot, boy. Oh my God. I want a goal from Musiala to happen. I want Bambi to score that third goal. It is now Xabi Alonso. All hopes are lost for him in the Champions League. In the Bundesliga, Bayern has shut the doors for Leverkusen and Xabi Alonso in this season. Only hope they are is having the hopes of TFB Pokal to be happening, and that is against Leipzig, which they will be facing in the finals. It is now 84 minutes. Vincent Company getting for those substitutions. Thomas Muller, that legendary man, is coming on to the pitch. And Palina as well. My goodness, Palina got a red card in the previous fixture in the Bundesliga for Bayern, and he went straight out of the field, not even waiting for those game to end, and Palina is now being given those substitutions. Vincent Company is now looking, making those rotations. No denying the fact, Vincent Company is looking, making those rotations. But those yellow cards which has been offered in this game so far, Lima, yellow card, Koeman, yellow card, it is Sane, Goretzka, all of them are on a yellow card as well. 5 of the Bayern players are already on a single yellow card. Davis moving in, high up. He tries to find Gnabry. Deflection, Thomas Muller regaining that position, high up for Palina. Oh my god, inside the box, Palina went in, Stanisic. Andrik was being challenged by Palina on the pitch. Andrik was being challenged by Palina on the pitch. So it is new substitutions. Harry Kane is out, giving those rest. Good one from Vincent Company. Thomas Muller is in. Leon Goretzka is out. Joao Palina is in. So it will be the likes of Musiala and Gnabry making those runs. And the decisions from this referee Slavako win kick in the second half, it has been decent. It has been decent by this referee Slavako win kick. But in the first half, the decision which he was making was looking bit disastrous. Musiala takes that shot. Again, it hits the post. I know, Bambi, it is not your day, boy. It is not your day. It is not happening. Jamal Musiala, Bambi, the boy, got so many shots, but you are getting unlucky today, boy. It is not your bad day. It is not your day to be counting. It is not your day, Bambi, my boy. You are making that happen big. You are making it count big, but it is not happening because it is not your day. It is not your day, boy. It is not your day. Bambi is getting bit unlucky today. Look at those. He took 4 shots out of those 2 shots. Just hits the post. Bambi is bit unlucky for today. No denying the fact. It was no way for Hideki to get those saves, but it is Bambi, the boy, Musiala. He could have got that goal. He is quite unlucky for today. Palina gets that moving in. It is now Bambi. Will Bambi make that? He is waiting for someone to make that. He gets that into the post. Oh my god. Bambi is getting quite unlucky today, guys. Bambi is getting those unlucky moments. No denying the fact. He is the boy who is trying so hard, but he is getting bit unlucky. Musiala, the boy, is getting so unlucky today. He could have got Kim Min-jae tackle against Frimpong. Frimpong with a lost hope, but Kim Min-jae for today, he is looking like a big monster. Kim Min-jae is looking like a big monster, and a 5-0 whitewash for today is definitely these 2 men, Kim Min-jae and Upamecano, as well as Jonas Ubi inside the box today. They have been looking lethal. They have been looking lethal. Leverkusen, their staff management getting those yellow card. It is Alonso who has got those yellow card as well. Jonathan Tah with that tackle to Musiala. The referral decisions by Slavako win kick in the second half of this leg has been decent. In the first half, it wasn't. In the first half, it wasn't. But in the second half, he has made quite reasonable as well as quite good decisions. No denying the fact. I mean, we talk about Leverkusen getting those clutch moments. Where are those clutch moments from Leverkusen? Where is Xabi Alonso's man getting those clutch moments? It is missing. Xabi Alonso and Leverkusen are missing those clutch moments. Nowhere to be seen. No clutch and no moments for Leverkusen. It is your way or the highway straight for Bayern. It is your way or the highway straight for Bayern. Where are those clutch moments, boys? Where are those clutch moments? No clutch, no gear, no moments, no brakes. And Bayern has ruthlessly crushed Leverkusen. 89 minutes on the watch. 1 minute. How much of the stoppage time will be there? In cap, nowhere he is trying all those rhythm, all those momentum, all those passes. Leverkusen is now seeming lacking, hopeless, and nothing they have left in it. Can they get those 5 goals in the stoppage time? That is the big poll. Can Leverkusen get those big 5 goals? Can they make those clutch moments happen? Can Leverkusen get those 5 goals? Can Leverkusen get those 5 goals? Those extra big clutch moments can they get? Jonas Ubig, look at that young boy. I am really getting fond of watching this man. 3 minutes of stoppage time. Can Leverkusen get 5 goals in 3 minutes? Can Leverkusen get 5 goals in 3 minutes? That is what Leverkusen fans would be needing. Kimmich gets that. Leverkusen are now losing it. Kimmich gets that into the box. Make that shot. Gnabry. Oh my god, that shot should have been taken bait early, boys. Leverkusen has lost all hopes, but still 2 minutes to go of the stoppage time. Can they make those 5 goals in 2 minutes? Can Leverkusen make those 2 goals in 5 minutes? In just 20 seconds, you have to go get a goal. That is what the clutch moment. Can Leverkusen get it? Where are those clutches and where are those gears and where are those moments? Ping inside the box. Upamecano, look at that. Beast performance. Upamecano came beast performance for today. Beast. They have been looking like monsters, denying anything. Look at that save from Jonas Ulbeek. That shot was taken. What was that? Palacios or Granit Xhaka. Look at that. Jonas Ulbeek saving that. Oh my god. Look at that wrist deflection Jonas Ubik is making. He is the big man talking young kid in the block. Jonas Ubik is making that big, boys. Jonas Ubik is making that big. He is the man talking. I have become a big fan of this man, Jonas Ubik. No denying the fact. This young kid, 30 seconds left. Can Leverkusen get 5 goals in 30 seconds? Can they get those big clutch moments? Can Leverkusen get those big clutch moments? 5 goals in 30 seconds. Can they make it happen in the stoppage time? It is Musiala up against Endrick. Denied by Xhaka. 15 seconds left. Can Leverkusen get those 5 goals in 15 seconds? 15 seconds. That is 1 goal per 3 seconds. The whistle has been blown by Slavako Vinkic, this man on the pitch, and it is that one way on. That is all the narrow aspects which Xabi Alonso's man has got. No denying the fact Alonso and his company has got those exits from the Champions League, but we will be having that watch of the PSG and Liverpool over here. What is that happening? Let us have a clear view of that. Let us have a clear view of that. We will have those analyses of Leverkusen and Bayern. Bayern has got that big Upamecano came monsters on the pitch. Jonas Ubi getting those big stunts. But now we are up for the likes of Liverpool and PSG on the watch. Liverpool and PSG on the watch. It is the stoppage time we are watching on from the 4th minute. Inside the box. That is Nuno Mendes with those header interceptions. Oh my god. Mo Salah, what, look at his face, he is not looking good. And on the other hand, it is the likes of Inter and Feyenoord. Inter are making it into the quarterfinals and they will face Bayern with those thrashing defeats to Leverkusen, Inter thrashing those to Feyenoord. But over here, Liverpool and PSG, it is going on. 5 minutes of stoppage time, just 1 minute left into that. Liverpool, if they get it, they will have the likes of Aston Villa next. If PSG get it, it will be the likes of PSG getting Aston Villa across. That is Donnarumma getting that. That is a foul. Oh my god. Liverpool players are looking frustrated on the pitch, but at Anfield, is that going to happen? At Anfield, is it that going to happen? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. This game is going on to the extra time. Let me have a 1 minute break. I will just be back in 1 minute, guys. Let me have a 1 minute break. Oh, this night is getting interesting so much. Clutch moments didn't happen for Xabi Alonso. And now over here we are watching those extra time for Liverpool and PSG to be happening. What is that which is going on? Oh my god. Liverpool couldn't have managed to score a goal at Anfield. Oh my god. Liverpool hasn't managed to score a goal. Red is the color, boys. Red is the color. Make that happen. Make that happen, big boys. Make that happen. How at the Anfield are Liverpool not being how at Anfield Liverpool are not being able to manage a goal? Not being. Oh my god, what is that? The extra time first half is now looking ongoing. I mean, Liverpool with this lineup, they are looking struggling. They are looking struggling. Oh my god, Liverpool has got those changes in the lineup. Look at that. They have got substitutions of Jota, Alexander Arnold, only two substitutions. Concha and Nunes coming in. Anfield fans roaring high up. They want Liverpool to score. Yes, that is what the Red Army wants. But to talk about PSG, they have got substitutions of Barcola. Marquinhos is out. Oh my god. Desire Due and Beraldo, the two men on the centre back for Luis Enrique. How is that going to turn, guys? How is that going to turn? It is the extra time. Liverpool at Anfield not getting those moments, not getting those goals. What a cross that was! PSG has just given away those long passes to a throw for Liverpool. 18 shots, 3 on target. PSG has taken 10, 4 on target. My goodness. Vitina trying to make those moves. That is a big disheartening moment. Luis Enrique's men are proving it, and after those Nottingham Forest, it is PSG who is making it good. It is after those Nottingham Forest moments, PSG is making it good, and after this fixture, Liverpool will face Newcastle in the EFL. It was PSV Eindhoven who has got those upsets. Plymouth has got those upsets, but none of them were at Anfield. Tottenham got those upsets against Liverpool. Apart from that, it was Nottingham Forest who got that at Anfield. At the Anfield, Liverpool has got those last upsets. That was Nottingham Forest. Nottingham Forest has got that good, and definitely to talk about that, it was Santo, Nuno Espirito Santo, the man has denied Liverpool of those big opportunities this season. Now it is PSG who are making it. That is a header. Oh my god, look at that. Beraldo, the man, took that header. It was close to the first post. Red is the color, boys. Red is the color. My goodness. Beraldo took that header. It was to the far post. It slide wide, boys. Slide wide, that was. Ellison, goal kick. Such a sluggish one. Grounded goal kick from Ellison. What is he doing? Ellison was the man in the first leg showing those characters. But over here, the stats to talk about, it is PSG who have been making those 483 passes. My goodness. PSG has been dominating it. I mean, 4 shots they have taken on target, whereas Liverpool just three. Will they make it happen? So flag goes to Mo Salah. Salah with that cross. My goodness, PSG are making it look so good. PSG has got those defeats in the Champions League to talk about. I mean, in their fixtures, it is in the Champions League where they got those defeats against Liverpool. Oh my God, PSG got that big opportunity. It could have been a goal scoring moment. Kvaratskhelia. Oh my God, that was a big moment. Zaire Emery could have got those big boys. Zaire Emery could have got those bigs. My goodness. Desire Doe, the man coming on to the substitutions, could have made that. But talking about the fixtures of Paris Saint-Germain, I mean, Liverpool, they have got a defeat in the previous leg. Apart from that, PSG has got defeats against Bayern, against Atletico Madrid, the three losses which they have got. Arsenal, there was a loss. Apart from that, in their own league, they haven't got those defeats. It was Atletico Madrid, Bayern, Arsenal, where they have got those defeats. And Liverpool, these are the four losses PSG has got in the Champions League. Apart from that, there hasn't been those defeats for PSG against Liverpool. Zaire Emery, that is a tackle. Jones is the man on the mid pitch, denying Emery of anything. Vitina takes that, passes off to Hakimi. Back to Vitina. Hakimi is high up on the pitch, but Alisson is not going for those far corner moments. Yes, he has gone, trying to find Luis Diaz. But denied. Look at that. Liverpool, I mean PSG, on their centre backs, keeping four men strictly. Four of their men are strictly staying on those defensive aspects. Can Liverpool make that happen? Szoboszlai tries to find Salah. Yes, Salah is there inside the box. Vitina. Deflection. That is a corner. That is a corner at the Anfield. Liverpool are going to get those corners against Luis Enrique's Paris Saint-Germain. Talk about the stats of this game. I mean, the corners. PSG has got 4, Liverpool has got 10. This is the 11th corner which the Reds are going to get it. Make it happen, boy. Virgil van Dijk, get those headers, get those headers, get those wide headers, boys. Cross well taken. Donnarumma getting those deflections good. Szoboszlai again, right footer curl. Mo Salah, what is that right footer touch from you, boy? It was the likes of Mo Salah and Alexander Arnold. They got some sort of confrontation in those training sessions. Look at that save from Donnarumma. Oh my God. That was some sort of opportunity which Jones could have capitalized it. But Donnarumma denying it. Donnarumma denying it. Luis Enrique's men, this game to talk about, they are really denying it good. They are really denying it good. But red is the color, boys. Get it big. It is on the substitutions where Robertson is still there. Concha is that defensive aspect. Jones is the mid pitch they have got. But this man, Istvan Kovacs, will he make those critical decisions to be happening in those second half of the extra time? That will also be the watch. Hakimi back passes that. Look at that. Look at that. I mean, to talk about Lucas Beraldo, he has been showing his character good. Marquinhos is off the patch. Bettina Neves finds that on the wings. What is that? PSG are not making that counter looking good. Now it is Jones. Luis Diaz. Jones. Back to Van Dijk. Robertson. Jones again. Robertson. Passes happening, but PSG are looking defensively good. Joao Neves gets that. Dembele gives that to Hakimi on the wings. Van Dijk safeguarding that good. Kvaratskhelia on the mid pitch passes that to Bernardo. I mean, that man, Beraldo, he is making those good moments. Marquinhos is off, but Beraldo is making his good moves on the pitch. To talk about Beraldo, 21 years of age, Brazilian man on the pitch, 45 games he has played. January 2024, it has been 1 year, 2 months for this man to be at PSG. Prior to that, he was at Sao Paulo. He is making it look good. Dembele is playing those deep laying forward moments. Look at his positioning. Desire Doe on the left wing. Kvaratskhelia trying to make that. Vitina. How is Vitina and Zaire Emery making those passes? There is PSG showing those fluidity. PSG is showing those fluidity on the pitch. Mo Salah gets a fly inside the box at the Anfield. The fans are roaring. Will that be the goal incoming? Denied. PSG are denying any opportunities. Liverpool has to be bit clinical in getting those finishings, boys. Liverpool has to be bit clinical in getting those finishings. You can't deny that. Kvaratskhelia, my goodness, Kvaratskhelia has been called to the sidelines, and it is Kang In Lee, the number 19 coming in and number 17 moving off the pitch. Luis Diaz also being called to the sidelines. Gakpo replacing him. Number 18 replacing number 7. But it is those goals which Liverpool would want to have. Liverpool would want to have those goals. Nuno Mendes getting those clearances good. Off for a throw. Konate, Van Dijk, Robertson. Robertson getting into the mid pitch. Finds Konate. Look at that. On the right back options, it is Konate who is finding it. Look good. So the fly gives that to Van Dijk, Robertson, Jones. Get miss pass. Kang In Lee, Beraldo. Look at that. Beraldo is having those good moments on the pitch. Beraldo is the man who is having those good moments on the pitch. Van Dijk gives that. Gravenberg, one shot. Alisson finally getting those long shots. Kimi, Beraldo. Look at that. Zaire Emery makes that. Hakimi, PSG are looking good in their final thirds and fourth. They are looking cracking, opening up the crest of Liverpool at times, but in the final thirds, they are not making that happen with their forwards. It is some sort of fluidity Luis Enrique is trying to have. At Anfield, PSG has been maintaining it up to those 104th minute with a 1 goal lead. That is massive. That is massive. It is massive. Kimi, Zaire Emery crosses the wings. Nuno Mendes moving up high against Mo Salah. Nuno Mendes just humiliated Mo Salah with that. That was a good win, but Van Dijk getting those obstructions good. Robertson, my God, PSG are playing those big goals. They have got those 4 defeats. It was against Liverpool, it was against Arsenal, it was against Bayern, it was against Atletico Madrid. The 4 losses which PSG has got. My goodness, that is Nuno Mendes down on the pitch. Esteban Kovacs, the man on the pitch, is he making those decisions good? Is he making those? It is McAllister, it is Jota, it is Luis Diaz, it is Arnold, all are out of the pitch. Gakpo, Jones, Nunes, Quansha. But will they make that happen? Will they make that happen? It was in the previous leg where that 1 goal, which Elliott was the man who got it for Liverpool. But to talk about in this game, Elliott hasn't been yet brought to the substitution. Arne Slot hasn't brought the substitution of Elliott on the pitch. Gakpo with that corner goes to the far post. My God, Donnarumma, Van Dijk are inside the nets. That is a big collection. That is a big collision. Both of these tall giants have collided, but Donnarumma makes that punch good enough. Look at that. Donnarumma is talking big in this game. Donnarumma is talking big in this game. The whistle has been blown. The whistle has been blown. Half time, extra time is up. It will move on to the second half, to the extra time. Oh my God. But for me in this game to talk about, it is Harvey Elliott, the man who scored in the previous leg, the sole goal scorer for Liverpool. I mean, Elliott got that 87th minute goal in the previous leg against Liverpool, but Harvey Elliott hasn't been called neither in the first lineup nor in the substitutions. My goodness. My goodness. It was Harvey Elliott who was made into those substitutions. I mean, in that he made his presence felt. Oh my God. Harvey Elliott was the man who got those substitutions in those 86 minutes. He scored on those 87 minutes. But in this second leg, Arne Slot hasn't gone for those substitutions. He hasn't brought in Harvey Elliott so far. My goodness. Now it is that man, Harvey Elliott, coming onto the pitch. Yes, that is what Arne Slot is liking in making those substitutions. Look at that. The stats are talking big. It is those 19 shots which Liverpool has got at Anfield, just 3 on target, and now it is the substitution. Harvey Elliott is being brought in, and Szoboszlai got those substitutions. It is a late substitution, I would say. Arne Slot has made a late substitution calling in Harvey Elliott. He should have been the man called in before because he is having those single goal, the lone goalie who got that against PSG in the first half. Now in the added second half, extra time, it is Harvey Elliott coming in and Szoboszlai being dropped. My goodness, what is that? Arne Slot, is he out of his mind? Is Arne Slot out of his mind? He has brought Harvey Elliott, the scorer of the previous leg, now on those 105th minutes in the second half of the extra time. Mendes getting those clearances. Konate back passes that to Ellison. Still 14 minutes to go. Robertson is being pressed high up by Hakimi at times. That is where PSG is making that critical. Bernardo, Donnarumma gets that good. Hakimi is staying a bit high up on the pitch. Mendes, Doe gets that cut in into the mid pitch. Tina, Joao Neves, Pacho, Beraldo finds Dembele, misters that is. My God, Mendes makes that good. It is high up. Look at it. Doe is there. A shot being taken by Hakimi. Block. That shot from Hakimi has been blocked. Look at that. Bettina taking that long range shooting, but Alisson straight into his hands. No worries for him. It is PSG who are now trying to get those goals far off from the box. Konate gets that to Salah. Wancha, cross. Nunes was not there in the right time, the right pace. Zaire Emery, Dembele, Kang In Lee, Hakimi all moving in, but the Reds have outnumbered them. Hakimi, what a lame cross. Dembele is looking dried up of his gas. Dembele is looking dried up of his gas. He is not making those pedal moments count. Bettina. Oh my God, Dembele gets that shot. Alisson saves that. Alisson saves that big. Dembele wasn't that clinical. He just went for those placements. But Alisson saves that goal. But at the cost of a corner incoming. But the Reds, the Liverpool playing like that, it is looking disheartening. It is looking disheartening. It is looking disheartening. That is the corner which PSG are getting it. PSG are getting that corner incoming, a short corner they have taken. That is some dribble movements on the edge of the box. Gakpo finally making those tackles. Kimi racing back, gets Nuno Mendes. And this gets Kang in Lee. Dembele again. Dembele inside the box. Into the box gets Kang in Lee. Oh my god. Joao Neves couldn't make that happen. Konate is down to the pitch. The nerves are talking big, boys. The nerves are talking big. Konate is down on the pitch. The nerves are talking big. The Champions League pressure is looking quite evident on the players. Not denying the fact the Champions League pressure is looking quite evident on the pitch. But Liverpool, can they make it? Konate is down. Konate is down. Arne Slot, has he got any sort of substitutions ready? So Konate, yes, Konate, his muscles are jammed. Konate has got his muscles jammed. Will it be the likes of Tasamikas? What is that which is going to be coming? Indo is the man. Arne Slot now coming in, picking up Wataru Indo. Wataru Indo is the man now being called up. Konate's legs have just dried up of those gas. But PSG, on the other hand, have been making those pressure moments feel good. Still, PSG are maintaining that lead of one goal at Anfield. My goodness. The round of 16. This game is looking big, trying up those energies. And Liverpool in their next fixtures has got EFL Cup finals. My God. Liverpool has got those final fixtures of the EFL Cup after this. It is on the 16th, I mean, just 3 days after that against Newcastle. And now they are playing into those 120 minutes. Alexander Arnold is down with those injuries as well. Bettina, Mendes. Mendes gets that. Kimi, deflection that was from Jones. Joao Neves. Kang In Lee. Neves again passes to Beraldo. Neves again. Look at those midfield runs which PSG is making. Now they have got Vitina. Vitina is looking into the box. Dembele denied by Van Dijk. Toei. Emery back to Neves. Toei again. Look at that. That is a shot being taken. Oh my god, that was close. That was close. Liverpool, I mean PSG, are making those shots far off from the box, but they are a bit wide to test Alisson at times. Alisson has been those survivor moments in the pitch for today as well. No denying the fact Alisson has been those surviving moments for Liverpool. The goal kick, Alisson going to take that. That is a decent goal kick from Alisson. Gakpo, after the substitutions which he is onto the pitch, I mean, he was in some sort of injuries, but his presence is not being felt. The presence of Gakpo on the pitch is not being felt that eminent so far. It is that Van Dijk, Indo, Quanshaw, and Robertson. It is Mo Salah inside the box. Nuno Mendes gets that interception good. Emery regaining that position. Hakimi. Vitina. Kang In Lee, why are you not making those runs, boy? Yes, now you are making 8. Inside the box, Lee gets that. Straight grounded shot. No worries for Alisson. 115 minutes. But Liverpool is not looking making those counters. But that tackle to Mo Salah, that was a bit deceptive one from Nuno Mendes. The referee on the pitch, Esteban Kovacs, is he doing those justice? Esteban Kovacs, the man, the referee on the pitch, is he doing those justice? Mo Salah, Nunes, Salah inside the box, deep playing mid-box passes. No one is there to get those. The game is going to turn anyway. Hang in Lee gets Vitina. Hakimi again on the right wings. Dembele take that shot. No, the Reds have outnumbered the less Parisians in their box. That is Hakimi back in. Oh my God, what a shot that was. The flags were raised. That was offside. Thank God the flags were raised. My God, Hakimi was there on that perfect spot. Thank God Robertson make those moves good at the right time. Free kick. Van Dijk is going to take that. All the Liverpool fans are looking stunned with the performance of PSG. They want something big to happen. Indo, Alisson, clearance from him. I mean, all the players are looking dried up of their energy. My goodness, Pacho, the man, denying Nunes of any opportunities, getting those clearances. Good. Hakimi, Neves again. Vitina. Kang in Lee gets Hakimi. Vitina again. Look at that. PSG is now trying to get Liverpool outnumbered. Yes, they are making it. They are looking a bit deceptive in those mid-pitch passes. Kang in Lee trying to get a left footer. Block. Hakimi, Vitina. Mendes. Mendes gets Doe. Vitina again. My God, my God, my God. Nunes is making those runs. Make that happen, boy. Look at that. Liverpool are lacking those energies. Hakimi inside the box. What a lame shot. Take your moments. Kang In Lee takes that shot. Dipping one. But Alisson makes that. It is the crosses which PSG is not having because the presence of Van Dijk on the centre back options will not add that any beneficial to them. That is what they are not making those happen. That is not which is making that happen. But PSG are looking gaining those momentums time and again. Look at that. It is 54% position PSG is boasting at Anfield. 644 passes. My God. PSG has been dominating this. 118 minutes are up. Just 2 minutes left for those penalties to be happening. 2 minutes left. Kang In Lee gets Vitina. Man, all the build-up from PSG are looking at good. Vitina goes for Mendes. Dembele. Away again on the left wings. Back passes to Mendes. Neves again. Make those forward passes, boys. Why is that inverted SS player movement not happening from PSG? Now is that what they are struggling? It is Liverpool who are seen down to their own defensive box at Anfield, and PSG are dominating it such good. My goodness. Doe gets that. Vidina. Kang In Lee back to Beraldo. Hakimi again. Oh my God. 119 minutes. Just 1 minute left into it. 1 minute of this extra time left. It is now Luis Enrique bringing in Gonzalo Ramos. It is now Luis Enrique bringing in Gonzalo Ramos. Their number 9 being called because Luis Enrique has felt that it is going to the penalties. Oh my god. Mendes takes that wide shot. Deflection, that is a corner incoming. It is now Gonzalo Ramos coming in. 1 minute added to this extra time. Joao Neves called off and Gonzalo Ramos coming in. Number 9 substituting number 87. Yang In Lee going to take those corners. He gets that short one. Desire Due, Mendes, Bettina inside the box. The passes for PSG hasn't been looking happening. They have been making 8 good, meeting their midfield, but inside the box, the lack of a number 9. I mean, Dembele got that being a number 10, but it was those late substitutions. It could have been big. It could have been big. Alison Baker takes that shot, and finally, the referee on the pitch, Istvan Kovacs, has blown the whistle, and it is going on to the penalties. Oh my god. This is the end of the extra time at Anfield, and Paris Saint-Germain has restricted Arne Slot from getting any goals in this. It is a big one. It is a big one. It is really a big one. I mean, talking about the restrictions for Liverpool in their fixtures, I mean, it has been those big moments where Liverpool has failed. It was against PSV Eindhoven. They got a defeat against Plymouth in the FA Cup, as well as in the FA Cup. It was, I mean, in the EFL, it was Tottenham, and it was Nottingham Forest who denied Liverpool. After Nottingham Forest, I mean, the likes of Nuno Espirito Santo, that man denying anything to Liverpool. It is now Luis Enrique at Anfield has restricted Liverpool. Oh my god, this is going on to the penalties. Luis Enrique is having his notebook ready. Luis Enrique is having his man focused. He is having those talk with his players on the pitch. Look at that. It is now Van Dijk and Hakimi having some words. There is a toss going on for the penalties for the post, as well as we're going to take that first. Mr. Van Kovacs, the man on the pitch. Hakimi has won that. And he chooses that on the far end of that Anfield. That is the second toss going on. So Liverpool hasn't got those shootout moments against Chelsea. It was a long time back, and now this game is going on to those penalty moments. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. This game is on to the penalties. This game is going on to the penalties. What is that which is going to happen? Is that sole goal from Dembele? Alisson Becker first going on to save the nets. It is Vitina, the man who is going to take that. Vitina against Alisson Becker. What is that going to happen? This round of 16, first leg. This round of 16, second leg, Liverpool and Paris Saint-Germain. Vitina against Alisson. The first penalty is being taken. Vitina gets that. Oh my god, that is a late chip in shot. It has happened. It is a late chip in shot which has happened. Look at that. It is a late chip in one. Oh my god, that is a late chip in shot. How could Alisson just couldn't save that? How could Alisson just couldn't save that? Look at that. It is a late chip in shot which Alisson couldn't get a save off. My god. Mo Salah against Donnarumma. No scope for Donnarumma to get any hands into it. Don't think he was even ready to take that. Mo Salah takes it cinematic. Look at that. It was Mo Salah taking that cinematic shot. No scope for Donnarumma to save that. No scope for Donnarumma. Now it is Gonzalo Ramos, number 9 for PSG, up against Alisson. Beraldo, the man down on his knees. Look at that. Look at that. It is Pacho who is also down on the knees. Gonzalo Ramos up against Becker. Save that, Becker. Oh my God. Gonzalo Ramos has scored. Gonzalo Ramos has scored. Holy Christ. Holy shit. Make that save, Alisson boy. Make that save. Make that save. Make that save, Alisson. Becker, my boy, make that save. It is Gonzalo Ramos, Vitina, both scoring. Mo Salah scoring. Now it is Darwin Núñez coming up against Donnarumma. Give that to the lower post, boys. Don't go for those far corners. Donnarumma is too long to get those saves. Look at that. Donnarumma is looking like a giant. Darwin Núñez up against Donnarumma. Make that goal happen. Núñez, don't miss that. What the fuck, man? What the heck? Darwin Núñez. What a penalty that was. Was that a penalty which Núñez has taken? Was that a penalty which Darwin Núñez has taken? Look at that. It was not even to the far post. It was not even to the down. Man, what a penalty which Darwin Núñez take. My goodness. My goodness. My goodness. Darwin Núñez, what a shit penalty he took it. I mean, nowhere to the far post. Man, Darwin Núñez has just nearly nailed that big. It is Nuno Mendes. Oh my god. It is Dembele. It is Dembele against Alisson. Dembele scores that shit. Dembele scores that. Look at that. It was so fast and it was to the far post. Darwin Nunes just couldn't take that penalty and he just shot like a baby on the pitch. Darwin Nunes just shot that like a baby on the pitch. Oh my god, three penalties have been taken. Dembele, Ramos, Vitina all scoring. Nunes missing. Mo Salah, the man, only scoring 8. My goodness. It is Jones now against Donnarumma. Make that goal, boy. Jones. What the heck? Donnarumma has saved the two penalties which were being taken. Jones and Nunes, both of them has been shit penalties. Shit penalties. It is those shit penalties, man. It is those shit penalties which Jones and Nunes has taken. These are not penalties. These are baby shots which they have been taken. These are the baby shots which Jones and Nunes has taken. My goodness. It is on an aggregate now. PSG 3, Liverpool 1. It is Desire Doe up against Alisson. Miss that ball. Miss that. Miss that. Doe, miss that. Hit it wide off. Miss it. Holy, nice. Holy damn. Liverpool has got those exits. Liverpool at Anfield has got those exits. Man, Liverpool has got those exits at Anfield. My goodness, PSG has made it. Oh, that is a big blow. That is a big blow. That is something a big blow. That is something a big blow. Liverpool has got that big blow, man. Curtis Jones and Darwin Nunes, man. I mean, to talk about this game, I would definitely say Arne Slot getting those substitutions of Harvey Elliott let. I won't take that into consideration. To be precise, on this game, no denying the fact Arne Slot getting those substitutions, not bringing in Harvey Elliott. That wasn't good. That wasn't good. He brought in Harvey Elliott on 106th minute. That was in the second half of the extra time. That wasn't good. That wasn't good. Harvey Elliott was the man who scored in the first leg. And PSG has eliminated Liverpool. My goodness. PSG has eliminated Liverpool from the Champions League. Luis Enrique has made that. Luis Enrique has made that. Look at that. They are celebrating it. So good. Darwin Nunes, that was a shit miss. That was a shit, pathetic miss from Darwin Nunes. And that was also from the likes of Curtis Jones. But on the other hand, to talk about Arne Slot bringing in the likes of Harvey Elliott late on those 106 minutes, this wasn't justified because Harvey Elliott was the man who got those goals in the first leg, and as well as the substitution of Luis Diaz carrying him up to the 101st minutes and bringing in Cody Gakpo. Cody Gakpo was on some sort of injuries for the past few games, but when he was called on to the substitutions, why not before those 85th minutes or those 75 minutes? Luis Diaz dropping down on those 101st minutes, Szoboszlai dropping on 106th, McAllister dropping in on 91st minute, Gravenberg on this game, no, he was being totally, manhandled. Gravenberg in this game, he wasn't having those performances. Donnarumma on the other hand, it was Alisson in the first leg getting those big moments, but Donnarumma in the second leg has shown, man, Liverpool has got those exits. Liverpool has got those bad exits. Look at this. The Champions League, the quarterfinals, which are going to be much decided of as of now. It is the likes of PSG getting those spots. It is Barcelona who made it first against Benfica. It is Bayern and Inter who has made those slots look on from this bracket. And it is the likes of Real Madrid, Atletico Madrid. Look at that. Barcelona got that against Benfica. Good. It was much predictable. Dortmund will make it against Lille if unless and until that is going to be some sort of disheartening aspect. Barcelona and Dortmund. It is Bayern and Inter Milan. On the other hand, it is the likes of PSG getting Liverpool those exits. My goodness, Liverpool has got those exits. I mean, in this, they have to be just contended. I mean, only with the Premier League and also with those EFL Cups which they are having. I mean, up against Newcastle, they will be facing. But Real Madrid and Atletico Madrid will be having a watch tomorrow, and Arsenal and PSV, that is a one-sided one. Arsenal will definitely make it, and from our predictions, it is definitely Los Blancos Real Madrid getting it. That is going to be huge. That is going to be huge. That is going to be huge. Still, there hasn't been those updates. PSG has made that. My goodness, PSG has made that. That is something big, disheartening for Liverpool's. Arne Slot, definitely not the man to be talking about. It is those moments. I mean, to talk about this game, I would definitely say that in those substitutions where he got Harvey Elliott late into the squad, that wasn't which I was wanting that to happen, and not bringing in Federico Chiesa, not the development. It is what the Champions League needs, the development of all your players to be happening, because it is Arne Slot who has been getting those wins straight from the first lineups, not getting those big deep moments. I mean, in those late stoppage times, which has been happening for him. But in this game, he brings in Wataru Indo, he brings in Nunes. Nunes also not that character being shown much. Wataru Indo not shown much. Concha was the man also called up. But Tasamikas not being called up. And it was those late substitutions Harvey Elliott got. But the two penalty shots which were being taken, Darwin Nunes, that was a shit, man. That was a shit. Darwin Nunes taking that penalty, it was a shit. It was a baby shot. Curtis Jones taking that penalty, it was a baby shot. Donnarumma made those jumps good, but those shots being taken on a penalty, I think Darwin Nunes and Curtis Jones need to make that big. So yes, that is all about which we got. It is a big disheartening news which Liverpool has got, and this is the big upset to be talking about. This is a big upset. PSG against Liverpool. It is PSG getting into the next quarterfinals, and most probably in the fixtures, I mean in the knockouts, they will face Aston Villa. I mean next again PSG will face an English club, whereas Los Blancos Real Madrid, if they get it tomorrow night against Atletico Madrid, it will be English club against Spanish. Again, it will be an English club against the French. Barcelona against Dortmund, if that it is a Spanish club against the likes of a German. And again, Bayern and Inter, it is the German club facing Serie A. So, two of the English clubs in the quarterfinals, two of the Spanish clubs, two of the German clubs. That is what the story is still lying. Because for today, the matches which we were having is the likes of Inter getting those good ones against Feyenoord. 2-1 is the score line. Inter getting it big. Simone Inzaghi's men on an aggregate 4-1 all in all total moves in and will face Bayern Munich for the two legs of the quarterfinals. And over here, it is Barcelona who has got those 3-1 wins over Benfica. Benfica will deep down on those injuries, and Hansi Flick men ruthlessly crushing Benfica on an aggregate 4-1. And Barcelona will face the winners of Dortmund and Lille. Much of the predictions are that Dortmund will get it, but if they get it good, it will be the likes of Barcelona getting against Dortmund. That is what the story is, staying in that bracket. And on the other hand, PSG getting those wins over Liverpool. On the other hand of the bracket, it is the likes of Aston Villa and Club Brugge, where Aston Villa is boosting a 3-1 on an aggregate. Is the fact PSG will face an English club again, that is Aston Villa. And Aston Villa, with their presence, will that be the thing happening? Because Aston Villa, with the likes of Unai Emery, will he be the man who making those impacts? Or it is the likes of Club Brugge causing those? Will be the watch we will be having tomorrow night. And on the other hand, it is the likes of Bayern Munich ruthlessly crushing Leverkusen 5-0. All in all, in the first leg it was 3-0, and in the second leg it was 2-0. And Bayern will face Inter Milan for the two legs in the quarterfinals. That is all from my end, guys. And yes, tomorrow morning we will be uploading those videos of what happened, the analysis of all the matches which we had watched tonight. And big disheartenings for the Reds. Liverpool has got those upsets, and it hasn't been their season in the Champions League. They have been just shown the dose by Luis Enrique and PSG. Leverkusen has been shown the dose by Bayern. Inter has shown the dose to Feyenoord, as well as Barcelona has shown the dose of Benfica. But to talk about the matches which will be having the watch is tomorrow night. The live stream playlist has been created. Do stay tuned to it. And yes, I'm all tired for now and I need a good sleep. Good night from my end, guys. And yes, keep going. The Champions League disheartenings, disappointments have started happening from the round of 32 as well. This is the round of 16, but the disappointments as well as those disheartening moments have been continuing from the round of 32. No denying the fact. No denying the fact. This long fixtures of the Champions League has been taking a big toll. Big toll. Good night, guys, and keep going. And yes, do stay tuned to FC RAMSAY. Tomorrow morning we'll be coming off of those analysis of these matches which happened. Bye bye. Keep going. Good night.